remain standing after the prayer as the Franklinton High School Demon Regiment will be performing our national anthem.
From Demon Field here in Franklinton, Louisiana, Crescent City Sports is proud to bring you prep football. Tonight, it's the Franklinton Demons, 10-1, hosting the Lakeshore Titans, 9-3, in Division II non-select game. Ken Berthelot here with you, ladies and gentlemen, along with Willie Brooks, one of the great high school coaches from the local area, and we've got Chip Merritt, producing tonight, and Pearson Morgan on the cameras. And we're set for a pretty good football game because this is a rematch, as I said in the earlier report on CrescentCitySports.com and 106.1 The Ticket with Ken Trahan, Les East, and Roe Brown. These two teams met earlier, and Franklinton pulled it out in the final 22 seconds when Cy Austin scored the winning touchdown.
Yes, congratulations to both teams just making it this far to the quarterfinal. I think, Ken, tonight we're going to watch and witness two outstanding programs led by two outstanding head coaches. And looking forward to
31 Brody Wells, number 72 Andy Martinez.
This is a Lakeshore Titan visiting team that's had a lot of injuries. So consequently, they've gone to ball control football. In their Hahnville game, they deferred, got the opening kickoff, and ended up eating up 11 minutes and 5 seconds off the clock on their first drive. Hahnville offense didn't even get the ball until there were only 55 seconds left in the first quarter, and they were trailing 7-0.
That's incredible. I've heard of an 8-minute drive, 7-minute drives, never an 11-minute drive in a 12-minute quarter.
Yes. You know what? That's the first time I had even heard of that. You're watching out at the middle of the field. The toss of the coin. The officiating association is the Lafayette. The officials are from the Lafayette Association. Remember, when two teams play from a certain region, the officials have to come from a different association. So even if you had Jesuit playing Carr, you would still have a Lafayette or a Baton Rouge or another officials association officiating the game.
That's correct. You want to have
Demons have one of the toss.
Well, there's no bias on both
Demons
sides.
Exactly.
will be defending the south end zone.
Well, how do you see this one, Willie Brooks? And by the way guys are often sits in this seat, but Willie Brooks often sits in also, and it's good to have you, Willie. It really is, man.
It's my pleasure tonight, Ken, to be working with you. I've been a fan of both you and Wade for a long time. On Friday nights,
as always, our reporter
love to
sponsors
always be
are
coaching
big
on the
for
sideline,
Franklinton
but
High School
this is the
football.
closest
Future
thing we
finance,
can get
future
to it.
fitness.
To answer your
Shop.
question, I
Jack
just
Street
think we're going to
Service,
see a
Good
really good
Samaritan
football
Center.
team tonight.
We appreciate our quarter sponsors. It's a big part of Friday night tradition. And
It's
go
going to be a lot of fun
D-Man.
to watch. You might not see a lot of throwing in this game. It may be, you might think, are they playing running clock? No, it's just these teams run the ball very, very well. And because of injuries, especially on the
freshman number 99, Gabe
Lakeshore
Ezell.
Titan side, they want to make sure that they keep the ball in the hands of their playmakers, and right now the strength is the running game. So Franklinton, you can see, will be kicking off to start things off. They are in the purple, trimmed in white and gold. Their colors are purple and gold. So the white headgear, the purple uniforms, and
For the
Lakeshore is in white and silver. So we just want to go. And Lakeshore short kick. Picked up about the 34-yard line. Good field position on Lakeshore. Short distance.
Well, it's all due respect Franklinton has for Lakeshore. Return guy. So we keep the ball in the middle. Lakeshore team to get some really good field position.
Lakeshore will start at their own 32-yard line. Sitting right behind the Franklinton band and drum line. That sounds a little loud to you. Believe me, it sounds loud to us, but gets us in the mood for football, so not bad.
Yes.
So right away with the Lakeshore offense, we're going to see Bo Bernard, the sophomore quarterback, and he looks like he wants the good fake throw, handoff, and that's going nowhere. Franklinton wasn't fooled, and they stuffed the runner back at the 31-yard line.
Just a little jet motion right there off of the wing tee, and
left
Franklinton
side.
did
It
an
was quickly
outstanding
for the defense,
job
number 10, Connor
making the
McGee.
play with 1 yard loss.
A loss of a yard on the play.
So we know
Second
that
down.
Lakeshore is going to try to run. Franklinton knows Lakeshore is going to try to run. So what do you do? And Kyle Gegenheimer is the ace receiver. He's number 2 if you're watching on your screen. If they're going to throw, they're going to try to go to Gegenheimer, but sometimes they'll just hand off. And this time the handoff was to Cato Pichon, the senior, and he goes straight ahead, gets the lost yard back, and a few more to gain. It's going to be third
Cato
down
Pichon
and
on the
3.
carry.
Nice
Good
play
gain on
call
the
right
play.
there, a little
Third
wing back
down.
reverse right there. Franklinton going one way,
Third down about
hit him
3,
with
ball on the demon.
backside the other way, picked up some real positive yards,
40,
make it
8-yard
third
line.
and short.
Well, very important for Lakeshore to try to get that first down and move the ball. They like the long, sustained drive.
On a third down.
Third down and very manageable, Willie, as you said, third and short. So let's see what Bo Bernard decides to do. Third and short. Six men in motion to the left side. And throw that one gets picked
Outstanding by the strong safety and double down ball right there. Was able to make an interception. Get out the sideline. It looked like there's some penalty after the play.
side. Nothing fancy there. Folks, you won't see a clock on the score bug at the bottom of the screen, so I will keep you informed of the score and time as we go, especially time. You won't see the clock. We're down 10 minutes. We played 2 minutes here in the first quarter of this ball game. So nice gain by Franklinton on first down. From the 38-yard line. Pitch back, Connor McGee around the right side. He'll gain a few and not much more.
Just a little outside zone play right there. Excellent job by Lakeshore on the pursuit angle. A gain of nothing. But I know Coach doesn't want to start the game off like he is right now. So he needs that defense to step up for him.
Well, you got this great opportunity to start way back at the 44-yard line, and you don't want to waste it. So for Franklinton, they've got to move the chains here, or would they go for it here or punt? You know, early in the game, you try to make a statement. Let's see if they even have to think about that decision. Hand off to Cy Austin. Austin touches the ball, and Austin around the right side, and he is held out of first down territory. That'll be a fourth down and short, and now it's time for that decision.
Now it's time for the decision for Coach Salt, what he wants to do right here. It's 4 down territory. He has excellent field position. It looks like his mind is already made up. He may be going for it on 4.
Yep. Both of these teams had success against each other in the first game that they played. 35-28. Okay, the victory goes to Franklinton. But if you listen to Coach Brent Indes of North Shore, he says, man, we missed opportunities in that game. We want to come back and make them up. They're going to go for the long one on fourth down, and it's incomplete. It was intended for Connor McGee, and instead of taking the short run, they went for all the marbles and turns the ball over on downs. Back to Lakeshore.
Excellent stop right there by Lakeshore. No close ends up. Very, very pleased with the stop right there. Guys were pulling on the big turnover on the first possession.
So that was a big stop for Lakeshore. And look, that time McGee had the guy beat. It's just there was a rush, and Jacob Crane had to release that ball a little faster than he wanted to. So now Lakeshore takes over. They're at their own 37-yard line. Nothing doing on first down as this Franklinton defensive front is pretty stiff in there. And that's stopped by Samuel Brady.
Well, I'll tell you what, both of these defenses are playing real well tonight. Both of them, Franklinton and Lakeshore. I mean,
gain of a yard.
Playing very excellent so far.
All on the Titan 38-yard line.
No gain, or actually they're going to give him a gain of 1 to the 38. So at the 38-yard line, second down, 9 to go for Lakeshore. Ken alive. Willie Brooks. There's a roll to the right side. Bernard just throwing it away. Wise move on that young man's part. That'll bring up third down and 9.
It's excellent defensive coverage right there by Franklinton. Coach Salt is known to be one of the best defensive minds in the area. Did an excellent job right there, pursuing. Nothing was open.
Man, we've got 2 coaches here we haven't had a chance to really get into yet. We can't wait to tell you about them. We love both of these coaches, and Brent Indes of the Lakeshore Titans and Nick Salter of the Franklinton Demons. Indes, remember when New Iberia came down and wanted to help get them to the Superdome. That's a gain of 15 and moves the chain. First down by Dickinson. Caleb Bird goes wide to the left side. Way up at the top of your screen. This time nothing fancy. Going right up the middle. They'll get a few. They get down to the 40.
Just a quick fullback coverage and an excellent job by Franklinton running the ball, making the second down.
Out by Elisha. Defensive backfield. Lakeshore. Remember, Lakeshore likes these long sustained drives. Nothing fancy. They're going to come at you and say, stop us. Nothing to do with the punt. They have motion on the front. They can stop off the time.
Motion right there. Go on the offensive line right now. Puts him in a second and long, which Lakeshore doesn't want to be in.
Yeah, especially when you're a team that likes to run the ball. Yet the first down, a 15-yard gain on a throw from Bo Bernard to Kyle Giggenheimer.
Yes.
Look, Giggenheimer's a junior. He is the guy that can get the ball done. They're going to be on him a lot. And it's going to be keying on number 2 in White. Here's a throw over the head. Down there.
Excellent coverage right there by Franklinton, but that also Lakeshore in a position that they don't want to be in. It's third and long right now, and they don't want to be in a situation, the type of offense that they have in the win team being in that.
Look, I think if you're Franklinton, you've got to keep on Kyle Giggenheimer. There's two guys that are going to hurt you, specifically because they've been hurting everybody all year, and that's going to be number 2, Kyle Giggenheimer, number 4, Cato Pichon. Folks, watch for number 2 and number 4 in white on your screen. Third down and long, third down and about 13. They're going to go straight up head, and it is not going to be enough for the first down. Big second effort push.
On a carry, that's
But not enough by Cato Pichon. The senior running back is going to be just a little bit short, and now it's decision-making time again. 4th down and 4.
We always say it's excellent when you
That's
play
on the
against
stop
a
for the
very
Demons.
aggressive
We're
defense
4th down 4.
like Franklinton right
Running
now.
the Demons
Wing back
41
reverse,
yard
really
line.
picking some positive yards. It looked like coach is making a decision himself. I mean, he may be going for it also. They'll call timeout, think about
Timeout on the field.
Yeah, and that's probably a good timeout and an important
timeout
timeout because you don't want to rush this play. You want to have the right play. And that gives us the opportunity to remind you that tonight's coverage on Crescent City Sports is brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex in Kenner. Lamarck Pre-Owned has a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles, all makes and models. We have great deals.
Hey, we thank you
Must be a reason, says Ronnie Lamarck. Must be a reason. Hey, go ahead, give it a try. Must be a reason, Willie. Give it a Ronnie Lamarck.
Must be a reason.
Yeah, I love it, baby. Hey, by the way, Chalmette is playing tonight.
Yeah.
And if they win tonight, get out of the quarterfinals, they will get further in history than they've ever been in Chalmette football history. They haven't got there since 1968. Ronnie Lamarck had just graduated. His brother, Dennis Lamarck, was on that 1968 team that got past the quarterfinals. And, they had a nice Facebook post today about Biggie Bickford, who left us in 2018. He was the statistician, did such a good job for Chalmette. He would have loved to see it. I'm sure he's up above smiling if his Owls can get through tonight.
He definitely is. And on a personal note, Jason Tucker is one of my closest friends, and I'm really happy for him in the season that he's having in Chalmette. I know it means a lot to that community.
Now here we've got Lakeshore and Franklinton. 4th down, 4. Lakeshore going for it. Some time out to think about it. Here's the throw. They got a man wide open. It is caught by Giggenheimer. Touchdown! Oh my goodness! How about that?
Looked like it was some type of ball coverage came right there because Giggenheimer was an inside receiver, ran the post corner, and had no help over the top right there. Number 2 slipped, and he was able to get behind him and score the touchdown.
My goodness. The early strike goes to the Lakeshore Titans on the long pass from Bo Bernard to Kyle Giggenheimer. Point after is kicked up, and it is good. So with 6 minutes and 44 seconds to play in the first quarter. It is 7-0 Lakeshore leading Franklinton.
And you can also look and see right now, Kim, both coaches are leaving everything out on the field. Both coaches will win for it on 4th down. We haven't seen the punt team all night. And so these guys are leaving everything out there on the field. Both coaches are exhausting every avenue that they have to try to win this game.
Wow. You know, I think Franklinton, myself, and all of the fans were expecting a handoff to Pichon or Gegenheimer to take it around the end or get short in open space. I don't think anyone was expecting to go for it all pass.
Yeah, I mean, that was a very, very low percentage pass on 4th and 2. And we were all surprised at that call.
41-yard touchdown pass. Beau Bernard to Kyle Gegenheimer, 7-0. Lakeshore now they get set to kick off with 6:44 to play here in the first quarter. We don't have the clock up on the screen for you, but we will keep you abreast of time in this game. Lakeshore to kick it off, and here we go. They like to get the ball into the hands of one or two of the speedy backs, and here's a pileup.
McGee stopped quickly by number 6, Michael Ladner.
McGee stopped by Ladner. So let's see how Franklinton responds to this. What would Salt have up his sleeve to combat that early touchdown by Lakeshore?
I'll tell you what, they were having a little success at running the football a little bit, but you can tell both of these teams know each other very well. As you can see, Lakeshore didn't want to kick the ball deep to their deep return guy also. So These guys are familiar with each other in their programs.
Yeah, they're going to try to keep the ball away from some of the speedy receivers on both sides. So from the 37-yard line, first down, little toss out, and here, look at this play by Franklinton on first down. It's going to be the Mikey's McCain. Sometimes you've just got to get the ball to players who can make plays in space.
Well, that's what they did just now. Just what we call a flip screen right here. Just flip screen number 3. Get him in open space right there, and you can see that kid can really move down the field.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
30-yard gain.
Of the Titans.
And that makes it first and 10 at the 33. Jacob Crane looking, he's going to throw it long into the end zone, has a man wide open, and it is caught for the score by Connor McGee. Wow, 2 plays.
Right there, man. These both guys on both ends of the field, I mean, they defensive backs are having problems containing on both teams. I think both coaches are going to make those adjustments real soon.
Wow. 2 plays, and we see what Jacob Crane, the 6-foot junior quarterback, can do. Watch this. Takes his time, and then breaking free, wide open, Connor McGee, touchdown.
Well, you can see tonight, man, the first game was 35-28, I think, was decided at the end of the ball game. So both teams look like they can rack up some points on one another.
Well, we talked about how would Franklinton respond to the Lakeshore touchdown. How about 2 plays, 2 passes, both for big yardage, boom, boom, and we're tied up 7-7 after the point after.
Well, I can see why Lakeshore likes to have ball control right now, because if I was coaching on either one side, particularly Lakeshore side, I would try to right now come back, settle things down, hold the ball, and maybe go on one of the 11-minute drives that you're talking about.
Well, that's what I was expecting to see, one of these long. And we talked to him, and he said, "Yeah, look, with the injuries we've got, that suits us. That offensive style suits us right now just a little bit better." And we haven't seen anything close to that.
No, we've seen 2 shootouts right now.
Yeah, Lakeshore scores on the 41-yard TD. Gegenheimer, and then Franklinton answers on a 33-yard score to Connor McGee after the long catch by Mikey's McCain. Short kick again. They want to avoid the run backs from some speedy players because both of these teams have players that again, are playing both ways, and when that happens, you can get a little tired sometimes on special teams, and that can cost you the step or two to make a play or let somebody get through for a big game.
And it also, Ken, it gives up so much field position. They're getting the ball right now on the 40-yard line. You know, instead of going 80 yards, you're going 60 yards. That makes a huge difference as the ball game goes on.
Absolutely. So Lakeshore starts at their own 40-yard line. And as they do, we have 5 minutes and 57 seconds to play in the first quarter here in this very important playoff game. So Bernard, he's going to go long, and this one's intercepted. Second pick for Franklinton in this game. That time he threw it. Flag is thrown, and look at the return. Still going, and that's the second interception for Franklinton, this time by Shakin McCain.
Just a bad read right there. Nothing was open. I don't know what he was looking at. Maybe he was trying to throw the ball away a little bit. Good job by the defensive back going to get it, but looked like he's going to have a penalty also with a block in the back or something, or a hold call.
So this would be after the interception.
Yes.
So the interception will stand. So 2 interceptions by the Demons, the Franklinton Demons defense, one by Skylar Williams, and now this one by Shakin McCain.
Yeah. Well, you can see Lakeshore is really not comfortable in throwing the ball a lot. I mean, you know, they're a wing team, run-oriented team right there. So they're doing something out of the elements to try to catch Franklinton by surprise. But so far, Franklinton did a great job of executing.
Well, like you said, there had to be something a little different on that one because that was just such an overthrow, either miscommunications or something to that effect. From the 36, give to Cy Austin. He's been rather quiet in this game, and Cy Austin around will get a first down on first down. So he'll pick up 11 and move the chains. We haven't seen this 5'8" senior do too much in this game yet because it's been more passing than anyone's expected.
You definitely can see that he's a game breaker right there. It was a little outside zone play right there, and he was able to pick up the first down.
First down, Demons.
On first down, here he goes again. Look at Austin run. First time to the right side. This time he'll try to the left side, and sometimes he's just unstoppable and is even polite enough to pick up the football and hand it back to the official. That's a smart move.
Yes, it is, definitely. All they're doing right here is trying to outflank Lakeshore. Just a quick toss, and he's able to get on the edge and make something happen.
From the 41-yard line of Lakeshore, 2 big runs by Cy Austin, and he's one of the guys you have to stop. Cy Austin again over the right tackle. Big hole, pushes down to the 34, and they stop him there. But right now, this drive is the Cy Austin show.
Yes, Coach Salter is trying to slow it down right now, give his defense a little rest, and I tell you what, he is getting a lot of yards running straight at the defense.
Well, 3 big runs by Cy Austin. We're all the way down to the 34-yard line. I believe this drive started around the 31.
Second down.
And Cy Austin's going to get a rest. Connor McGee is going to come in, spell him, take the handoff. He'll dart off the right side and is very close to first down yardage on the right side. Its second effort may have gotten it. Let's see. It looks like they're going to spot it about a yard short.
Yeah,
it'll be 3rd and short.
Just a tough, hard-nosed run right by McGee right there. He's only a yard short. Looked like looked like a very, very good positive play for him. Hard run.
Well, the good news was Cy Austin came out to take a breather. The bad news is he's back in.
I know. I was looking at him. That's why I was kind of tongue-tied right there. Quarterback sneak.
Barely lined up in the eye, but this is just to help if needed, and he wasn't needed to push the quarterback over. This will be a first down on the push by Jacob Crane, the junior quarterback, as he pushes down to the 30-yard line.
Right now, Franklinton is winning the line of scrimmage right here over Lakeshore.
That's the key.
Yeah. Lakeshore has some guys playing both ways. Look like they're a little tired sometimes right here, but I tell you what, the Franklinton is on the roll right now.
3.5 minutes exactly to play in the first quarter. And Franklinton is at the 30-yard line of Lakeshore. Here's the give to Austin again, and They bottle him up and make the stop. Oh, he's hard to bring down. Look at that. Wow. And I believe that was, let's check it. Is that Dayton McGee and a couple of other people combined on the stop, including Mike Nebeker.
I think it was a mishap between the quarterback and running back. Quarterback tried to keep it and just try to make something happen. He was able to get about 3 yards and make it 2nd and 7.
38-yard line. Second down.
At the 27-yard line. Everybody in tight. Give it to Austin. Caught in the backfield, and he's going nowhere. Fights to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that time it was a gang tackle led by Landon Hollingshead, and he had a lot of help, including Micah Nebeker.
Some great play by Lakeshore defense right there. Bowed their necks and was able to stop him on the line of scrimmage.
All right, how important is this 3rd down play for both teams, Willie? Ken Berthelot, Willie Brooks, and our entire crew.
I tell you what, it definitely is. It's 3rd. I think it's 4-down territory.
Yeah, I think from here too. Nice toss to DeMikes McCain. He's got the 1st down. They won't even have to think about that decision because Crane found DeMikes McCain in some space, and he's got the 1st down.
Just a quick curl inside right there. Was able to get to the sticks right there and make something happen. Guggenheimer made the tackle. He's one of the guys that's going also both ways.
Yeah.
Best football player.
15-yard gain. And here's a big hole on the left side, spinning around, going through, making it look pretty easy. That time in Franklinton with Cy Austin on the run, getting what they want out of this drive.
Yeah, Franklin trying to oppose their will right now up front with those guys on the offensive line versus the defensive line of Lakeshore. Right now, Franklinton has them on the heel.
Ball on the Titan 4.
Down to the final 1 minute, 10 seconds of this first quarter. And neither team has really had a massive domination in time of possession. Franklinton, with one of its longest drives of the game, tries the middle and boom, hit a stone wall. Nothing going for anybody there as the Lakeshore defense steps in. One of the helmets comes off. I believe that was Micah Nebeker. He's going to have to go out for a play.
Excellent play right there by Lakeshore defense. Franklin tried to line up in what we call an unbalanced front right there. Lakeshore was able to adjust to it and make a play right on the line of scrimmage.
3rd down 1. Big play. Give to Austin. Big hole, and he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown. From the 4-yard line.
Excellent job right there. Just a lead play, and he's able to get in the end zone. Right now, Franklinton definitely has the momentum.
Cy Austin. 4-yard TD run. Gabe Ezell to kick the point after. And he does. Franklinton has opened up a 14-7 lead over the Lakeshore Titans.
Great job right there, extending the drive by Franklinton. They were able to get the big interception, the big turnover, and cash in on the turnover right here. Franklinton definitely has the momentum. I think Lakeshore really has to kind of settle down and get back to their game plan, which is running the football.
Yeah, the 2 interceptions have really hurt Lakeshore. This one leads to the touchdown. The first time it didn't hurt them because they forced a turnover on downs. But on the next, they go down and score a TD, and then, of course, Franklinton answered with a touchdown. And with 13 seconds left in the quarter, that's how this first quarter is gone. So Lakeshore got the opening kickoff, went down, turned it over by way of interception. Franklinton tried for it on 4th and didn't get it. They turned it over back on downs. Lakeshore scored on a touchdown by Guggenheimer on a 41-yard run, followed by a 33-yard run by McGee as Franklinton answered. We were tied at 7. And now this could be the final play of the first quarter. Let's see, depending on the length of turn on this return, got a little room on the right side, and this is going to be a nice return by Lakeshore.
All the way up until the 46-yard line right there. A good return by Lakeshore.
Tides out.
So good field position. And this will probably be the final play of the quarter. We have a goalpost right in front of the clock, so what I thought was 3 or 13 seconds looks like about 8 was maybe about 18 seconds, and now it's down a little bit. First down straight ahead, just a few for Lakeshore, and that should run the clock out here in this first quarter. Good first quarter here with the home-standing Franklinton Demons and Coach Nick Salterformaggio leading the Lakeshore Titans and Coach Brent Indest by a touchdown, 14-7. Your comments and your thoughts on the first quarter of play, Willie?
I'll tell you what, it's not what we expected.
No.
Both teams come out, you know, and you can see at the second half, towards the end of the first quarter, Franklinton started running the ball. That's what we thought we would see from the beginning. Both teams come out, guns blazing, air attacks, and we didn't expect that going into the to this contest.
So if you're talking to your teams right now, what would each coach be telling their teams? What would Nick Salterformaggio and Brent Indest be talking about to their teams as we start this second quarter of play?
Coach Indest, you know what I'm saying? I need to go on one of them 11-minute drives that you talked about early in the game. Let's get back to what we do, what got us here in the quarterfinals. Let's slow the football game down. If you're Coach Salt, you want to continue playing good defense. You've had some success spreading the football out on them, being able to run, and you can see that Franklinton has a plethora of athletes on offense.
So from the 49, and a good fake going the other way. This one faked everybody out. Lakeshore with a nice play, my goodness, around the other side.
Was that the old Fumblerooski?
It may have been. Look, it kind of fooled me. I was coming with the quarterback.
Yes.
Let's take a look.
Yeah. Yes.
That's Guggenheimer. You use one of your best players. Wow.
That's what the old Fumblerooski play right there.
Yeah.
He's called. Yeah.
Listen, they got the announcers and everybody on that one. So nice move there, Lakeshore. Sometimes it takes that kind of play. Big gain, off and running.
This is the quarterfinal, Ken. You got to pull out all stops right here.
Without question. Yes. Absolutely. Because you know what? It's 1-0 or you're looking at next year. So we get it. And so do they. Nothing much moving on the right side on that run.
It's a good pickup by Coach Enzem. He's thinking right now it's second in about 6. He was able to pick up 3 to 4 yards. He'll take that inside the red zone.
Second down, about 7. Boy, they do some fancy handing off and faking in the backfield. Lakeshore does this as good as anybody in the state, and that was Cato Pichon, but he found the going tough in the middle and doesn't get much. Yeah. So it's third down and 7, or third and about 6.
They've been able to hit Franklinton on the same wing-back reverse for a while. I think Coach Salt went to the sideline, made a few adjustments, and it was better played on that one. It was a wing-back reverse, and Franklinton did a great job of squeezing and making a play.
So from the 14-yard line, we're 2 minutes into the second quarter of play, 10 minutes to play before halftime. And here's the give to Pichon. Pichon cuts into the line. Flag is down, and
maybe a legal formation.
Again, our officials from the Lafayette Officiating Association.
Yeah, legal shift against Lakeshore.
Yeah, that fumblerooski, or whatever it was, we don't have a name for that play, but I wish we did.
That's all we can identify with is a fumblerooski with the best football player.
Well, the penalty moves him back to the 19-yard line.
Put Lakeshore in a situation that they don't want to be in 3rd and long.
Good fake, a keep, and a toss. Has a man.
It's Guggenheimer.
Yeah, that's Kyle Guggenheimer again. Did he get it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he got the first down.
Got the first down, yes. On a quick rollout right there, Guggenheimer was number 2 receiver inside on a quick out. He was able to get upfield and get the first down for Lakeshore. So it's 1st and goal.
At the 6-yard line. Very important drive right now for Lakeshore. They trail by 7. That last drive by Franklinton, 2 plays.
Yes.
2 long pass plays. Well, that was the first one.
Yeah.
The last one was the long drive. And in trouble. And wow, here comes Skylar Williams. He's already had a good night with 1 interception, and now he gets a big, gigantic sack.
Wow, it had to be a busted play on protection up front. He rolled to his right, and he was right there to make the play. It's a big loss, but a big play for Franklinton defense, making it 2nd and long on goal line.
Yeah, you were looking at 1st and goal from the 6, and now you're looking at 2nd and goal, and you're backed up all the way to the 14-yard line. No rush here. I think play clock is down to 1. They're going to call timeout, or will they get it off in time? Did they get it off in time? I think they did. Here's a throw into the end zone. Touchdown. It's caught for the score, and that's Guggenheimer on the reception. Well, let's check.
Yeah, it's him, Guggenheimer.
Wow, they just got that snap off as the play clock was ticking down.
Coach Endes is thinking best play, best player. Guggenheimer right now is one of the best football players, if not the best on the field tonight so far.
And you get the ball to him in the end zone, and it is good. And I'm going to tell you, folks, they got that snap off as the play clock was at 1 second. This one, somebody got a hand on it. It's blocked. So they missed the point after, and instead of being tied,
14-13.
Yeah, we're down to a 14-13 ball game.
In a ball game like this, you hate to see someone miss an extra point because those extra points become a premium as the game go on.
Yeah, 8 minutes and 45 seconds to play. Wow. My goodness. But Lakeshore answers. For Lakeshore, the most important thing is they answer it there.
Yeah, and Coach Endes is looking for his best players. Best player is Guggenheimer tonight. He's drawing up things for him. Like we said, the fumblerooski or whatever, it involved him. The 3rd and long to get him in 1st and goal. He was able to touch the ball and for the touchdown. And he's playing defense. So he's using all of his resources, and his best football player is making an impact on this game so far.
So here comes the short sky kick, pulled in at the 32, and a return for Franklinton. And that's returned by, I believe that was Avery Brumfield. Not sure. Let's see. Or was that? Well, not sure on that return, folks.
Yeah, well,
a little hard to see. We are looking through a monitor. We are looking through a window.
Yeah.
That's
you know, Kendra,
a little cloudy.
You know, Kendra, well, both teams have so much respect for each other
yeah.
and their return guys. even though it was a pooch kick up, and both teams giving up field position all night. So, I mean, that's the respect that they have for each other, return guys.
So this will start at the 47-yard line. Franklinton with good field position here. Let's see how they respond.
Oh,
Fumble! And it looks like Lakeshore may have it, but a flag is down, so hold everything. Let's see as they unstack the pile. Lakeshore comes up with the football. Wow, that is a big stop as Cohen Trosclair comes up with the football. Let's see what the flag's all about.
Ken, that play was a disaster from the beginning. It looked like they was having problems lining up on offense for Franklinton. I know Coach Salt was looking to maybe call a timeout before because there was some kind of confusion within the offensive formation.
Yeah, wow. So this is great for Lakeshore fans because they now have the ball in Franklinton territory at the 44-yard line.
Excellent field position by Lakeshore. Let's see if they can capitalize.
Now you see right there the fumble on the replay. We're back to live now. They give to McGee. Right side, he'll get a few. Pushes it to the 40-yard line, a gain of 4.
Just a little counter play right there. McGee's running hard inside the tackles there. Was able to get downfield and pick up almost 5 yards on the carry.
We're near the 8-minute mark of this second quarter at the 40-yard line, second down. Lakeshore driving. Here's the give with a big hole. And a nice gain, a nice push through by Lakeshore. That was Grove.
Just a quick inside zone play, hat on the hat right there, a little power play right there. Was able to get some movement up front and an excellent hard run right down here to get the first down by Lakeshore.
Udry Grow on a big gain inside the 25 now, down to the 23-yard line. Lakeshore trying to make it 2 scores in a row. They trail only by the blocked extra point. They trail by 1 in motion. To the right side goes Berg.
It's going to be an offside play. Offside play on Franklinton. Guy jumped in a neutral zone. Right now, the momentum is definitely on Lakeshore side. And I think Coach Saul is trying to get his troops to calm down. You don't want to give them the extra yard pre-snap penalties or something that, as a coach, you do not want to have.
Exactly. You get the momentum. It's so important to keep the momentum in a game like this. It's absolutely when 2 good teams are evenly matched and you played such a close game that, again, Franklinton won with 22 seconds to go on a Cy Austin touchdown. The first time they played, this is a keeper by Bo Bernard. Bernard fighting to make something out of nothing, and he is going to be very close to a first down, and it looks like he will have it.
He has it.
First down for Bo Bernard.
Just tough running by Bo Bernard right there. He was able to move those chains right here. Look like right now Franklinton is on their heels, and the momentum is definitely, once again, on Lakeshore side.
Big Landon Regas comes in defensively on the line for the Demons. Just checked in number 62, one of the big guys, 5'9", 261. See if he can plug some of those holes up the middle. But see, look at the number of backs and options you have. Here's the give to Grow again, and Grow cuts into the line.
And able to inside zone right there. Was able to, great play right there by the defensive line of Franklinton, holding them to 1 yard or less. This is big right here, Ken, for both teams right here. I mean, if Franklinton can stop them, that'd be big. I think it's 4-down territory, but I think if Lakeshore can get it in, they may be looking at maybe that 2-point conversion, because always, have that in the back of your pocket.
Yeah, just went under the 6-minute mark in this second quarter. Here's to give to Pichon. Cuts in over the right side. He is inside the 10-yard line, hit and pushed back. So that's going to bring up 3rd down.
Look, counter action right there. I thought if Pichon would have stayed outside to the right, he had no one out there. He might have would have walked in the end zone. But great pursuit right there by Franklinton. This is a big 3rd down right there, Kim.
You always wonder, if you're a running back, can you see the hole? Can you pick the right hole? Do you know when to bounce it out? The split-second decisions. And, of course, they practice that and they're ready for it. But sometimes just in the heat of the battle, go back to the huddle and you're thinking, he's probably thinking, boy, if I'd have just gone outside, like Coach Brooks said.
Yeah, it was there.
Timeout called. Timeout, and this is going to be timeout for Lakeshore. They want to talk this over because this is a big 3rd down. So they call timeout with 4 minutes and 57 seconds to go in the first half of this ball game. Franklinton leading by 1, 14-13. They blocked an extra point on the second Lakeshore touchdown. Lakeshore now driving, and they can make a first down without scoring a touchdown. They can make a first down inside the 3 at about the 2-yard line, 2.5. But I think they got the decision to make, too, because this is probably 4-down territory. Lakeshore's got a pretty good field goal kicker in Aiden Sheldon. If needed, he's got a long of 42, so they're in his range if needed, but you'd rather get that first down. If not, you don't get the touchdown, you'd like to get the first down and not even have to worry about the decision.
Let's see what Crescent do on this one. If I'm him, I'm thinking about best player. I'm thinking about Guggenheimer. Number 2, getting his ball some type of way. Well, let's see what's going to happen after this timeout.
See, number 2 is right there waving his hand on the bottom side of your screen.
Well, Franklinton also, Coach Salt's called timeout.
He's thinking like you're thinking, and he sees Guggenheimer.
No. Coach Salt's been around a long time, man. Matter of fact, he coached me way back in the day at De La Salle. And I tell you what, Coach Salt is thinking the same thing. He's thinking the best player, and he's seeing Guggenheim line up somewhere that he hadn't seen before. I'm going to get a timeout. I'm going to use him, at this point in the game.
Tonight's coverage on Crescent City Sports is brought to you by Game On Social Hub at 2421 Veterans in Kenner with a full-service restaurant, arcade games, bowling, Willie Brooks and Wade Kaiser's favorite sport, axe throwing, and laser tag. Game On has it all. They're open till midnight tonight and on Monday nights from 6 to 7. Join Ken Trahan and special guests for live commentary and live action and live football conversation on 106.1 The Ticket. Hey, we've got a big one right here. I want to thank Game On for being one of our sponsors for all of the Crescent City sports prep football. And you're right, Coach Salt. Wow, I forgot about the fact that he coached you at De La Salle.
Yes.
We talked about Brent Indes, the coach at Lakeshore. When he was at Catholic New Iberia, came down to New Orleans, had beat a Country Day team to go to the Superdome. Do you realize that Nick Saltifamaggio, if he can take Franklinton to the Superdome, could be one of a very few coaches that would have taken 3 different high school teams to the Louisiana Superdome. Let's see, but they've got to win this game to keep going. Let's see if they can stop Lakeshore on this big 3rd down play and force a 4th down decision. Watch number 2 to the bottom of your screen. That's Guggenheimer. He's looking that way. Guggenheimer gets the throw, gets the catch. Touchdown, Guggenheimer. Bo Bernard went to his best player, who was well covered, and Guggenheimer somehow makes the catch for the score.
I don't think either one of us in this booth is surprised
who
got the ball. And I don't think Coach Salt is surprised either. I mean, you're thinking the best player. They're using Guggenheim all over the field. At that point, they put him at the wide receiver's position, and he beat the corner on a quick slant in. Great job by the quarterback also.
Guess what? 3 touchdowns for Lakeshore. Guggenheimer has scored them all. Kyle Guggenheimer, the junior, has scored all 3 TDs. And, look, he was pretty well covered on that play.
Oh, yes, he was. I'm going to tell you how important this game is right now at this moment of the game. Both coaches in the last 5 minutes have wasted 3 timeouts. Coach Enzek is making sure that he has his 2-point conversion play in to make sure that his guys understand what he wants to accomplish. Coach Shaw calls timeout defensively to make sure his guys lined up. That's how important this moment of the game is.
Absolutely. And you're right. You're looking at the difference. Before that touchdown, it was 14-13 on a blocked extra point. And now you go for 2 because you want to have that cushion if you possibly can and take that. It's just something about that 7-point lead as opposed to a 6-point lead. I think that, I know coaches will say it doesn't, but I think it plays in the head of everybody.
Yeah, coaches, we lie. It always is, and particularly when 2 evenly matched teams like this, it's always on your mind.
But they're going to kick it. They feel it's too early to have to go for 2. Let's make sure we've got the 1.
Yeah.
That's important. Aiden Sheldon waits for the snap. It's a high snap. Flags are down. He won't even get this kickoff, so let's see what happens here. Again, officials from the Lafayette Association.
False start, so they're definitely going to kick the
yeah, they're going to kick this one. And again, hey, look, this is in Aiden Sheldon's wheelhouse, okay? Yeah. He's got a long of 42. So anything inside that 35-yard line, he's okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be within his wheelhouse. The big thing here is sometimes that little penalty like that gives the defensive line, the defense on special teams, gives them a little momentum. Hard rush. He gets the kickoff, and it is good. Wow.
Yeah.
Close,
Coach,
but they didn't get it, and it's a 20-14 lead for Lakeshore.
Coach Endes thought about the 2-point conversion, called timeout, probably didn't have the play that he really wanted to run, and went with the extra point. Like you say, Ken, right now, all points are good points. It's still in the second quarter right now.
Yeah.
But as a coach, we always have in the back of our mind the 6 points right now. He's thinking he needs his defense to step up. But it's always in the back of your mind. You want to get that 7 point instead of 6 points.
You bet. 4 minutes and 52 seconds to play before half. Ken Berthelot, Willie Brooks. As you heard, Willie Brooks, one of the great high school coaches of our time. Probably be coaching in the SEC West one day. Not if he's smart. Not unless he knows how to do control the NIL.
I don't know. I look. That's all I do. I look, and you know, I leave out to guys like Frank Wilson and all them guys. You know.
Hey. You can go back to high school. You're just waiting for the NIL come to the high school level, right?
Not looking forward to it.
I'm not starting any trouble here now, okay? Ken Berthelot, Willie Brooks, Chip Merritt is our producer, and Pearson Morgan is on camera. It's another high sky kick taken to the 28-yard line, straight ahead, and good field position to start for Franklinton at their own 42-yard line. And that for Franklinton, returned by Avery Brumfield. Second time, I believe, he returned a kick.
And I know you guys probably tired of us hearing us saying, but both teams have so much respect for each other that they give each other these field positions right here because of their run guys, they're returners.
Yeah, and, you know, there's so much on the line, and the first game was so close. And Cy Austin, who's been very quiet in this game, just really hasn't. We haven't seen a lot of him. Don't know if maybe he's not at full speed. He looks full speed when he's in there. Look at this run right here. My goodness, Franklinton, they can't bring him down. This is just Cy Austin doing his thing. Yeah. Just when we say he's very quiet, guess what? He explodes for a gigantic run and moves the ball down. He's working against the clock, 4.5 minutes to play. Still a lot of time for Franklinton, but they're at the 34-yard line. And that was a gain of 22 by Austin. Austin with it again this time, just trying to get inside that 35 and get it back close to the line of scrimmage. He gets a gain of about 1 right there.
For guys Cy Austin's size, he's listed at 5'8", 165. He runs like he's 220 pounds right there. He runs with an anger, and he looks like a really good high school football player.
Yeah, he really does, and he's got the great burst of speed, and I think they were going to go to him. Good fake to him, and the throw to Christian Young, and Christian Young with the catch, and he'll move the chains for a first down for Franklinton. Franklinton playing with a little faster pace right now.
Yeah, great fake off the inside zone, what we call an RPO action, to get him to the inside receiver. was able to get a matchup against Lakeshore's linebackers.
So at the 21-yard line of Lakeshore. Handoff again, this time Lakeshore all over the handoff. Looked like there was a little delay in Cy Austin. Maybe he couldn't grab it right. And man, Lakeshore was all over it.
Yeah, he looks like he's getting up a little gingerly right there. I don't know if he tweaked the ankle or something, right? He tried to stop right there.
Yeah, the handoff was clean. You're right. And then maybe he kind of stopped, and I don't know if it happened when they spun him around.
Yeah. It's a great play by Lakeshore, nonetheless.
Austin stays in the ball game, right back alongside quarterback Jacob Crane, who has done a great job. Good fake to him. Throw to the inside screen. This one coming to Mikey's McCain. McCain is into the end zone. Touchdown.
Just another one. Just a little flip screen to the outside guys. Oh, look like a flag is on the play also.
Hold up. This might wipe out the score.
Maybe a holding call look like. Yes, yeah. They look like they're walking backwards.
Wow. That is going to wipe out.
Wow.
That's going to wipe out a 25-yard score.
Yeah.
Wow.
Holding on the perimeter. Ken, anytime you have these quick flip screen plays right here, it's susceptible to holding. You can see the inside receiver kind of tackled the strong safety there. That's why they caught him for the holding call. And it's a spot foul in high school. So it's going to bring back, but second and about 14. Play.
Yeah, it's going to move it back to the 28-yard line. Wiped out the score. So let's see if that comes back to haunt Franklinton. Still a lot of time with 2 minutes and 43 seconds in this first half. And you've still got that magic man of the backfield, Cy Austin, the 5'8 senior, who plays more like a 6'1 tank sometimes. When they hand him the ball, he's hard to bring down.
Yes.
So what is the holdup here? We've got official coming in. Salt saying something about the spot of the football. He don't think they marked off enough penalty yardage.
In high school, it's just crazy because NFL and college, it's automatic 10 yards.
Mm-hmm.
High school, it's a spot foul from the hole. So if the hole, wherever they throw the hole call is 10 yards from there. So it could it could be more than 10 yards on the hole.
Well,
which we hate because we're Federation rules at a high school here in Louisiana.
Salt of Maggio was just outside of our camera range, and he was talking with the linesman on that side, and I think making his case that they did not mark off enough, and he won. They listened to him, and guess what? They're going to mark it off a little further back. So what was at the 28-yard line is now moved back to the 34-yard line.
Yes. As high school coaches, we hate the Federation rule with a spot foul.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Instead of it being second and, we'll take it second and 10 or second and 20, it's actually a spot foul, which could be more than 10 yards.
Putting you on a rules committee, let's get that sucker changed, okay? Let's get everything uniform.
I don't know. I've been arguing that rule for a while.
Yes. All right, so here we go. It's second down and an Uber ride for a first. Wow. So let's see if they dial up an Uber. In the meantime, Crane in trouble, and he's sacked way back. My goodness. Coming on hard that time. And pretty good defensive play. I believe that was Hollingshead. Let's check just to make sure. It is Hollingshead coming on the blitz, untouched. Landon Hollingshead with the sophomore with a big defensive play.
Big defensive play right there. There's nothing open downfield. I think Franklinton wanted to go downfield. Excellent coverage by Lakeshore and puts Franklinton in, third and Uber drive, huh?
So from the gun, little screen to the right side. They'll put it in the hands of their playmaker, Cy Austin. Spins out of one tackle, and he's inside the 20-yard line, and a late flag comes flying in. That'll stop the clock with 1 minute, 47 seconds to play in the first half. And let's see what this one's all about, Willie Brooks.
Oh, wow.
Not sure if I saw that on the tackle.
Yeah. The way they're communicating, it may be. Wow. The other guy's pointing towards Franklinton.
Well, he got down to the 21. Should have been a 14-yard gain.
They call it a face mask. So
wow,
it's a huge. It may be a first down. If not, it's going to be real close.
Let's see where they mark it.
It's
it is first and goal from inside the 10, just inside the 10 at the 9-yard line. That is huge.
Yes.
Sometimes it's just one crazy thing like that. That time a penalty. Franklinton quickly rushes to the line. Look at this stacked backfield. Quarterback keeper. And he's inside the 5, but not in there. And that was to Connor McGee. He was snapped directly, not to Jacob Crane, but to Connor McGee, sort of in a Wildcat, a full house stacked backfield in the Wildcat snap to Connor McGee, the running back.
Wildcat, almost a Taysom Hill type formation
here.
Just get a hat on a hat and just work downhill to pick up a few yards. Look like they may do it again.
Reminds me of what they call the Memphis the Memphis Tigers call it their diamond formation. That's exactly what they do. This time the snap, though, going to the same person, Connor McGee, the senior. He is close but pushed out of bounds with 1:05 to go. That'll bring up third down for Franklinton. So still 2 downs to push it in and plenty of time. Clock is stopped with Connor McGee running out of bounds. Let's see if they use that big stacked formation in the backfield. Jacob Crane, quarterback, comes in, calls the play. He is going to go under center. Hand off to Cy Austin over the right side. Touchdown, Cy Austin.
He walks in. It's an unbalanced formation, the I formation, unbalanced. Able to get more blockers to the short side of the field right there. Lakeshore didn't make an adjustment, and he was able to walk in the end zone.
Cy Austin, 2-yard touchdown. And we are tied at 20. Franklinton a point after, away from taking the lead with 1:02 to play before halftime. It is put down, and this one blocked. My goodness. So each team now has had a point after block. And who would you expect block it? Number 2. You saw him, folks. It's Giggenheimer.
It's Giggenheimer. Coach Salt is ballistic right now.
He is. How did they let Giggenheimer get through? Now, what is Salt's making a case to the official? You're looking at Giggenheimer on the block, and then on the sideline, just you can see him right below the scoreboard there.
Yeah.
That's Salt making his a case to the official. What case is he making? I'm not sure what he's saying right there.
I don't know. I don't think they're paying attention right now. That was an excellent play by Guggenheim. He's the best football player that Lakeshore has. You got to account for him on everything. He comes up once again to make a huge play. As a coach, I told once before, we always worrying about those 6 points. We'd rather 7 than 6. So right now, it's right where we thought it would be. 2020, we're back at 0-0.
And look, we still have 1 minute, 2, and you go, wow, that's a couple of plays. Not with these two teams. We've seen the 2-yard drive cover about, cover almost 70 yards from Franklinton back in the first quarter when they scored on their first touchdown. The long pass play, and then the pass play to McGee for the score. Wow, this is Salt was making a case. I'm wondering if he was trying to tell the officials, in his opinion, Guggenheimer jumped the snap, but I'm not really sure. I thought it was clean. It looked clean on the replay.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got a squib kick. Yeah, coming down, picked up at the 11-yard line. A little bit of room, and nice return by Connor McGee.
Well, knowing both of these coaches, I tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't kneel on the ball.
Well, don't know. Let's see. With 55 seconds, Lakeshore has had some success getting Kyle Guggenheimer in space. But if you make a mistake, that's what you're thinking of. Listen, in a game like this, Not bad to go into the halftime locker room exactly where you started, tied.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing at all. And they're not going to do nothing fancy here. Straight up the middle. Nothing fancy. That's going to be – I thought that was Kusak's.
Yeah, just an inside trap right there. I think you're right, Ken. Both teams need to go in and regroup.
Yeah, they're going to let the clock run. 30 seconds to go before half.
Ooh, we said.
And guess what? They're going to unload one down the right side, and that one was, big good reach, but a great catch by Kyle Guggenheimer. How does he make that catch just off the outreach fingertips of a defender? Watch it again.
Coach Endes said he's going to empty all the bullets out. He's trying to maybe get a field goal out of this.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And look, Skylar Williams, his hand is up there. He's made a big tackle for loss, or sack earlier, rather. He's got an interception. You think he's going to get that hand up there and get that one. No, sir. At the 39-yard line of Franklinton, 21 seconds to go in the half. Bernard, he's going to throw long again, left side. He's got a man in. Good defense that time. He was intending that one for Caleb Berg.
Yeah, maybe Coach Endes is thinking if he can get in some field goal range or something right here, just try it. You said the longest field goal by the kicker was 42, Cam?
Yes.
Yeah, if he can get about 10 more yards out of this.
Well, 40. Close
40.
enough. 40. But inside that 30-yard line. You get him close to that 35-yard line, he's got a shot.
Yeah.
You know?
And maybe that's what Coach is thinking right now, because he's definitely not thinking kneeling on the ball right before the half.
No. You got 14 seconds, 14.7 seconds. Clock was stopped on the incomplete pass. They got 5 seconds to get this snap off. They've got to get the play clock is down to 1.
Quick screen.
And they're just going to go with the screen.
He fumbled it.
Fumble on the ground. That's going to – and Franklinton's got it with 6.3 seconds to play in the half.
Yeah. Great play call by Lakeshore right there. Good play also by Franklinton defense to come up with the fumble. So like you say, Ken, we may go into halftime once again tied. Well-coached team.
Coach Brenda Intest, after the first game when they lost in those final 22 seconds, said they were a little frustrated only because they left so many opportunities on the field. They had some missed tackles. They had missed opportunities. And tonight they've given up 2 interceptions. So they threw 2 interceptions and they lose the ball on this fumble. Outside of that, they've scored on their other 3 possessions with the football. So where they haven't made a mistake, they've gotten it to the end zone. And it's just – but that's football.
Yeah.
That's football. So let's just see if they take a knee. No, they're just gonna run it. They're gonna give it to Cy Austin. What can he do? He'll get a few yards. Let the first half clock run out, and we have reached halftime. Exactly in the same way we started this game, tied, except each team has put 20 on the board. At halftime, it's the homestanding Franklinton Demons 20, the Lakeshore Titans 20. And, of course, these 2 teams are playing to see who will advance, who will go home. The winner of this game will play the winner of Iowa and Franklin also in action tonight. We'll see if we can get you some type of a halftime score on that one. So your thoughts on the first half of play?
Both of these teams are evenly matched. I mean, Franklinton has really some skilled guys on the perimeter, but these teams are evenly matched. They're both well coached. They're both familiar with each other. They're both leaving it all out there, and both coaches are simulating their approach in terms of how they want to win the game. They both are leaving everything out there. I tell you what, tonight it's going to come down to players making plays. On Lakeshore side, Guggenheim has been the best football player. Let's be honest with you. We've been calling his name all night, offense, defense, special teams. He's the key ingredient to Lakeshore pulling off this win tonight. On the flip side of that is, I tell you what, Coach Schultz can lean on his defense. They've been doing outstanding tonight, but he has a plethora of guys on offense that are real explosive and can turn this game around real quick.
Yeah, let's recap the scoring of the first half before we throw it to our special package. Lenny Van Gilder is going to update you on the road to the Dome and what to look for. But let's before we do that, let's go over the scoring real quick. It started off with Lakeshore taking the opening kickoff. They throw an interception, their first of 3 turnovers, and their first of what's going to be 2 interceptions in this game. And but it doesn't hurt them because they force Franklinton to go for it on 4th down, and they don't get it. They throw a long incomplete pass instead of the expected run for short yardage. They tried to catch him sleeping, and Franklinton turns it over on downs. So it's still 0-0. Second possession, Lakeshore goes down, and in the big play of about a 41-yarder as Guggenheimer scores. He scored all the touchdowns, all 3 touchdowns for Lakeshore in this first half, and it was 7-0 Lakeshore. But quickly, 2-play drive, 2 big long passes, and it didn't take Franklinton long to get back on the board themselves. The first one to DeMikey's McCain, and then after that, the touchdown pass to Connor McGee, a 33-yarder, and boom, it was tied 7-7 after that 2-play drive. Still in the first quarter, Lakeshore gets the ball, and they throw it and turn it over for the second time, their second interception at that point. Franklinton takes advantage of that. They drive. Cy Austin on a 4-yard run makes it 14-7. And at that point, it's the second quarter. And in the second quarter, it's Lakeshore with the ball. They come back and go to Guggenheimer, a 19-yard run, touchdown for Guggenheimer. And that extra point was blocked. So at that point, it was 14-13. Franklinton still with the lead. Franklinton's got the ball. They make their first big mistake on the play. They lose a fumble, and Lakeshore makes them pay. Lakeshore goes down and scores and makes it 20-14. Guess who? Guggenheimer, 9-yard TD. And they kick the extra point, don't go for 2 at that point, so they lead 20-14 after the blocked extra point. I said mixed extra point. There was a blocked extra point the first time, and then at that point, Franklinton comes down. They get a long drive, and Cy Austin on a 2-yard run ties it at 20. They block. They get one of their extra point attempts blocked, so each team has blocked an extra point, and that's why we are at 20-20 at halftime in this game between Franklinton and Lakeshore at Franklinton, with the winner moving on, advancing to play the winner of the Iowa Franklin game. Ken Berthelot sitting in with Willie Brooks, and it's fun to be working with Willie tonight. Chip Merritt is our producer, and Pearson Morgan is on camera. We are at halftime. You're watching the Franklinton High School Band, and with that, we've got an opportunity to catch you up on everything that you want to know about in the quarterfinals. So we're down to 8 quarterfinalists in 8 brackets of the LHSAA playoffs, and in 2 weeks, we'll be down to the championship games in the Caesars Superdome. Here is Lenny Van Gilder of Crescent City Sports with an update on the road to the Dome.
It is quarterfinal Friday night around Louisiana, and let's take a look at the brackets as we head into play. We start on the non-select side in Division I, and there were 3 upsets a week ago. Most notably, you see there at the top of the bracket, the 24 seed Chalmette. They are the highest seed remaining in the state. We saw last week here on Crescent City Sports that dramatic comeback in the final minute to knock off Hanville and pull off a second straight upset down that way. And now Chalmette has the unenviable task of heading to Monroe this evening to take on Neville. West Monroe has been there before. That number 21 in front of them, you just kind of ignore because, you expect that they are going to play solid football this time of year, and they've pulled off a couple of seed upsets here over Parkway and Mandeville, and tonight facing Central. The other 2 matchups, Ruston against Southside, Destrehan on the road against Airline. In Division II non-select, of course, you're watching Franklinton and Lakeshore here in that district rematch at the top of the bracket, along with Iowa and Franklin Parish. Seeds held on the top of the bracket in Division II non-select. Not the case at the bottom of the bracket, where the 2 and the 3 had first-round byes, and they are one and done with the 14 Opelousas and the 18 Cecilia, who played for a state championship in this bracket a year ago, both advancing to the round of 8. They are traveling this week to Plaquemine and to North DeSoto. If they could pull 2 more upsets, they could face each other next week in the semifinals. In Division 3, non-select, St. James is the number 1 seed and taking on Pine this evening. Most of the seeds have held here. The one notable upset, the number 2 Erath went down to Lauraville a week ago, so Lauraville is on the road at Gina tonight. And in Division 4, Haynesville, the number 1 seed, plays Welsh, who had a bye a week ago after a double forfeit. So the Greyhounds are back in action after a week off, but they've got a tough task having to make that trip up to Haynesville. The 19 seed Franklin jumps out of the bracket there on you after their win over number 3 DeQuincy a week ago, along with number 12 General Trask, who defeated North Iberville a week ago. As you move on to the select side, Division 1, and the top of the bracket is a powerful group of names there, and the seeds have held. And a dandy matchup this evening on the West Bank between Carr and St. Thomas More, also in Baton Rouge, with Rummel making the trip to Catholic. That game currently is part of the original on 106.1 The Ticket. Couple of upsets on the bottom of the bracket, though. John Curtis continues their run after that dramatic win over Acadiana last week. They are taking on Turlings, while Bird, the 10 seed, made the trip down to the North Shore last week, defeated St. Paul's. This evening, they are in Alexandria to take on the Trojans. As you look at the Division 2 bracket, couple of double-digit seeds there. Estruma, the 13, knocked out Haynes a week ago. Booker T. Washington, the 18, of course, advanced when University Lab had to forfeit when their appeal was denied in the courts. You got some rivalry matchups here with Shaw and Kennedy, who are meeting in the playoffs for the second straight year. Of course, 2 New Orleans area teams, Madison Prep and Estruma, 2 Baton Rouge area teams, and longtime rivals E.D. White and Vanderbilt Catholic. That's Homa against Thibodeau down in the Bayou. Always a good matchup. In Division 3, the lone seed upset a week ago was the 9 Lafayette Christian beating the 8 Notre Dame in a tight one in Crowley. So LCA heads to Baton Rouge this week to take on Dunham. Everything else has been chalk in terms of seeds. It's Bunkie against Jules Sumner, Episcopal against Calvary Baptist, Catholic of New Iberia against Newman. And in Division 4, just the opposite. You've got 3 double-digit seeds alive, and honestly, none of them are big surprises because these are all teams that have made deep runs in the playoff in the past. You see the 11 seed Ouachita Christian, the 12 Kentwood, the 13 Southern Lab. Kentwood and Southern Lab have gone at it many times before. They're facing off tonight under the tank. We know there will be a double-digit seed in the semifinals with those 2 facing off. The 1 seed Vermilion Catholic taking on St. Edmund. The 1 New Orleans area team, Riverside Academy, the 7 is on the road taking on Ascension Catholic. Stay with all of the scores here at CrescentCitySports.com. No other place to get the latest scores of everything that is going on around the state in high school football. Ken, back to you in Franklinton.
And with that, let's catch you up on some scores from around the state. Remember, you can get all the latest scores on CrescentCitySports.com, presented always by the All-State Sugar Bowl. We love the guys at All-State. We love the guys at the Sugar Bowl, and we thank them for sponsoring that. And, of course, right now you can also hear on 106.1 The Ticket. Ken Trahan's broadcasting the Rummel game, and inside of the game, they've got up-to-date scores from reporters at every game going on around the state of Louisiana. Lenny Van Gelder updating us a score on the Iowa Franklin Parish game, and near the end of the first quarter, we had Iowa leading. They had taken a 7-0 lead, and Franklin Parish scored, and it's a 7-6 game. Iowa leading at this point. Willie Brooks, you're looking at some other scores, and we're seeing some scores that we got to talk about.
Yes. We're just kind of strolling through the scores right now. I'm just kind of curious about some games we're looking at going on. There's some really good games going on right now in the quarters.
What are you seeing?
I'm looking at Shaw and Kennedy is starting 4 quarters, scores 14-14, which I'm not surprised. Both teams are well coached and they're both loaded with athletes. I talked to Marcus Scott last night from Destrehan, playing a good airline team right now, and they're up at halftime, 28-27.
Wow.
Sound like a shootout, and of course, keep up with the Car Cougars. And right now that game is 21-14 at halftime Car. So, I mean, it's a lot of good games going around right now. And I'm looking at the Catholic and Rummel game. It's 0-0 at halftime.
Wow.
And,
look, anytime when you go to Catholic, you've got your hands full.
Oh, yeah.
And for Rummel, and where were they at? After one? Is that halftime, you said?
Yeah, it's halftime. It's 0-0.
That's one heck of an effort right now by the Rummel Raiders. And the question is, how do you beat Catholic? I mean, wow, they are.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
That's a really good football team. And look, you got many of the real good football. We asked that, just saying not many people have been able to do that. Like Ed in the car, who beats them right now? They're undefeated. Nobody's beat them yet, right?
Yeah.
So
no question. And it's hard when you go to beautiful Berman Stadium and you got to play up in the backyard. So right now it's a good game going on at halftime. Man, I'm surprised at this score, and I'm really Neville. And Chalmette is 14-7 at halftime. Chalmette still hanging in there with Neville.
Hey, let me tell you, we were talking to Jason Tucker. He told us last week, and we broadcast that game where they went over and won that game when you didn't think they were going to win it. It was a great win for Chalmette. And he said these kids believe more than anything in the world. Right now, Chalmette at number 24 in Division I non-select is in the quarterfinals for the first time since it beat LaGrange 9-0 and advanced to the semifinals in 1968.
Yes.
And that visit, goodness, if they would do that, like we said before, Biggie Bigford, the old Chalmette statistician who passed in 2018 and never did see Chalmette get past the quarterfinals in a game that some of the Lamarck brothers played in. Dennis Lamarck. Dennis, we know you listen to a lot of these games. I know you were on that 1968 Chalmette team, and very, very special at that time. His brothers, Timmy and Tommy, may have been on that team. I can't remember for sure. They might have been a little bit younger at that time. Might have missed that game, but they may have been on the sidelines. But that's very special for the Chalmette Owls. And Jason Tucker said, we know we're going to a juggernaut. It's a long trip to Neville. But you know what? These kids believe, and at halftime, they're a touchdown back, 14-7 Neville with the lead at halftime. West Monroe and Central Baton Rouge tied at 7. Ruston blowing Southside out 35-7 in Ruston. You talked about Destrehan and Airline, 28-27. What else did Marcus say?
He said they're very good on offense. You're going to have to try to keep the ball away from them. But obviously, Destrehan is peaking at the right time, too. They had a little hiccup at the beginning of the season, but, good programs always bounce back.
Yeah, but here's what Airline's got to know. Destrehan's pretty good on offense, too.
Yeah.
I'm just whispering that, folks.
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody.
Yes. I know firsthand. I played them a couple of years ago when I was at West Jeff in the playoffs. Yeah, they're good.
Well, and you gave the John Curtis Christian score, right?
Yes.
Yeah, over Turling's 10-3.
10-3.
Look, when JT gets them rolling, JT gets them rolling. And look, JT, but Johnny Curtis, Jeff Curtis, the entire Curtis family, the coaching staff over there, they have done a fabulous job. Had John Curtis not won and got into the playoffs and not won their first game in the playoffs, it would have only been the second losing season in the history of John Curtis football. The first one was the first year he took over from his dad. They went 0-10. He said, what should I do? His dad said, I don't know, but if I was you, I'd go out and find me some football players. And he did. And that's a true story. That's as JT tells it. He says, I didn't know what to do. And I went to my dad and said, I'm a failure. What should I do? He says, hey, go get football players. So he says, I've been doing it ever since. And he also switched to that veer.
Yes.
He switched to that wing T veer offense, and that's hard to stop.
Again, I tell you what, when it starts to be November and it gets a little cold and the air changes a little bit, stopping that veer offense, man, it hurts.
Yeah.
These kids, you got to squeeze, you got to spill, you got to be disciplined and do it every single play. And a lot of our kids you're not familiar with that because everyone's went to the spread, some type of version of a spread offense.
Yeah.
So that offense is not seen every week in and week out. And when they went to Acadiana, in the backyard of Acadiana, and was able to pull out a win, I said, you got to watch them. They're back.
Well, guess what? The last score we gave you just a few minutes ago, and we got an update now. At the end of the first, or near the end of the first quarter, Iowa was leading Franklin Parish 7-6. At halftime, Franklin Parish stepped it up in the second quarter and is leading Iowa 22-7. Wow.
Yeah.
So Franklin Parish, the higher seed, and whoever. Well, it depends on who wins this game and who wins that game as to whether they got to travel or not. But remember, the highest seed is always the home team in the playoffs. That rule changed last year, and thank goodness, because nobody could figure out whatever they used to do before that. You just took somebody's word for it.
Yeah.
Want to remind everybody too, while we're in the middle of this scoreboard, tomorrow on Crescent City Sports, join us for wall-to-wall action from the Big Easy Classic Women's Basketball Tournament at the Ilario Center. 5 games of Division I action beginning at 11 a.m., and it's exclusively on Crescent City Sports. I know Lenny Van Gilder, Jude, all those guys are going to be there bringing you some of the games. I was hoping to be able to do it. I've had a conflict and cannot go bring one or two of the games to you. But I'll tell you what, folks, that's very special. So let me remind you again, that's wall-to-wall action tomorrow, Saturday, from the Big Easy Classic Women's Basketball Tournament at the Ilario Center. 5 games of Division I action beginning at 11 a.m., and it's exclusively on Crescent City Sports. That's very special. And, of course, next Friday on Crescent City Sports, we'll have a semifinal game for you. Visit our website and social media for updates on our coverage. That's more playoff football next Friday right here on Crescent City Sports. More halftime scores for you. In the second quarter, Plaquemine leading Opelousas 21-8. In the second quarter, Cecilia rolling over North DeSoto 36-13. John F. Kennedy, this will make Renee Nadeau very proud. John F. Kennedy in the third quarter tied with Archbishop Shaw. Wow. 14-14. Not too many people have been able to catch up to the Shaw Eagles this year, but John F. Kennedy and Archbishop Shaw, they are now in the third quarter, tied at 14. The Estruma Indians, man, do I remember Fuzzy Brown. And we're going way back now. I'm you're old enough to be my son, Willie. We're going way back to Fuzzy Brown those days, okay?
And I'm totally listening, too.
Man, I remember when they brought Fuzzy Brown, brought the Estruma Indians to City Park, and I believe they were playing De La Salle, where you got coached by
Joe Zimmerman, coach back in
that's
North
right.
South. Yes.
Yeah, and they played for the state championship back in the days. Golly, I'm going way back to 1960, and I went to City Park, Tad Gormley Stadium, and watched that game, and Estruma just sat on it at 21-0. They were unstoppable with the great Fuzzy Brown coaching the Estruma Indians. But they're tied with Madison Prep. No score at halftime between Estruma and Madison Prep. E.D. White, this is always a rivalry game, whether it's in the playoffs or not, against the almost like a crosstown rivalry because Thibodeau-Home is almost like one big city now.
It is.
And E.D. White leading at halftime 17-6 over the Vanderbilt Terriers. Leesville leading Booker T. Washington at halftime 36-6. At halftime, St. James 20, Pine 7. So St. James leading that one. At halftime, Union Parish 28, Kinder 14. At halftime, most of these are halftime scores unless we tell you otherwise. Oak Grove trailing. So Sterlington is leading Oak Grove at halftime 36-26 in the second quarter. Lauraville ahead of Gina by 2, 14-12. At halftime, Lafayette Christian leading Dunham 14-7. Dunham, by the way, oh my goodness, Dunham, isn't that with a great little quarterback, is Elijah Haven. And good little football player. He reminds me of Darian Mensah, the Tulane quarterback who had a lousy game last night. But outside of that, he has had a great freshman year, redshirt freshman year at Tulane, and he reminds me of all things. He reminds me of Jaden Daniels when he was at LSU. So, and I think, look, if you haven't heard of Elijah Haven, folks, he's the #1 recruit in the class of 27. He's a freshman this year. Class of 27, #1 recruit. He's from right there north of Baton Rouge. His eyes right now are on LSU. That's where he thinks he would like to go. But look, he's only a freshman. They haven't waived NIL money at him from all over the United States. So, his agent in his sophomore year of high school will be taking offers. Okay?
Exactly. That's where this is headed at. You're right.
Calvary Baptist 35, Episcopal 3. Anyway, by the way, the score on that one, again, Dunham trailing Lafayette Christian 14-7. Bunkie trailing Jules Summer. Jules Summer with the lead 6-0 in the third quarter at halftime. Calvary Baptist leading Episcopal 35-3. Catholic New Iberia leading Newman 24-0 at Newman. Wow, Catholic New Iberia is coming down, and they're taking they're taking Newman to the woodshed there in the first half. So let's see what happens.
You need to see that one too.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Because man,
Nelson.
That's. It's not the fact that Catholic New Iberia is leading. It's the size of the score at 24-0, and the fact that they've been able to keep Newman off the scoreboard. They haven't got the halftime yet. We don't have an update on that yet. Central Trask 30, Generate 8 halftime scores. Logan Sport 14-0 over Franklin. We'll catch up on some more as we go along, but pretty good stuff. We'll keep the scoreboard up and. Interesting. So, we will see.
Yep. John Curtis extended their lead to 17-3 right now over Turner's Cali. That'll be a big win for JT.
Yeah, it really would. And, no matter what, he's going to finish this year with a winning season. Yes. So, you still go back to where he's only got one losing season, and that was the very first way back in 1969. This is his 56th year in coaching, and anybody who knows him absolutely loves him. So we are just about ready to go. Here it is Franklinton and Lakeshore. Winner going to play the winner of the Iowa Franklin Parish game. Franklin Parish with a sizable lead in that game. They were down 7-6 near the end of the first and came back to lead, I think, 22-7. And here we go with the start of second half, tied at 20. A little squib kick. Franklinton is going to pick it up at the 30. They're going to have great field position. Not a bad little return. 10 yards up to the 40-yard line by McGee. And let's see, if you were both of these coaches, give us a Willie Brooks, Ken Berthelot, Willie Brooks here with you, along with Chip Merritt, our producer, and Pearson Morgan on the camera. What adjustments would you have made? Let's start with Franklinton, since they're coming to the halftime and they've got the ball.
Franklinton, I would come out running the football. They had some success on the offensive line, being able to get some movement on them. I would come out and just kind of slow the game down just a little bit, on that. This first series here is huge for Franklinton.
Cy Austin in the backfield, a fake to him. They're going to throw it out to Connor McGee. McGee with running room. He's got 10 and more, and he's down to the 46-yard line. So big gain right there of 14 yards for Connor McGee as Franklin comes out throwing the football.
Just a now route, what we call right here, faked it off the inside zone, just giving it to McGee in open space, letting him get up the field, and he's able to move the chains and get the first down.
Franklinton will run up to that line quick sometimes. This time nothing doing as they try the middle, and Lakeshore slams that door shut with a host of Titans stuffing Franklinton, and Cy Austin not able to get much, maybe one on the play to the 45.
An excellent play right there by the defensive front of Lakeshore to make it 2nd and 9 right here.
Now again, you've got the very dangerous, even though they haven't used him very much, the Mikey's McCain, number 3 at the bottom of your screen, right above the 20 on the Franklinton. They're not going to even throw the ball. They're just going to open up that hole with that big offensive line and let Cy Austin run through it. He is close, but just a little bit short of first down yardage. He's inside the 40.
Just a hard, tough run by Cy right there to be able to go down here to make it about 3rd and 2.
Yeah, 3rd and 2 at the 38-yard line of Lakeshore. This is the opening drive of the second half. We are tied at 20. Cy Austin again. This is the Cy Austin series. Give it to Cy. Let him just crash through. Count on your line to open up the holes. And they have nice job by the line as they get the first down. There, Bo Webb on the left side, 6'3", 240. Wyatt Seal, left guard, 6'3", 230. Josh Wright at center. He's 5'10", 230, the little guy on the line, if you want to say that. David Moore on the right side, 6'0", 280. And Easton Smith, 5'10", 200 at right tackle. And that line has just opened up some big holes, and they do so again. And there again is just Cy Austin running to the right side, and you don't have to pick up a bunch. Just pick them up in groups of 5, 6, and 7 at a time and march down the field.
I think Coach Salt is leaning on this offensive line right now. You have 4 out of 5 seniors on that offensive line right there. So that means a lot of these guys up front have played for 2 and 3 years.
Yeah.
So when you have a senior offensive line, sometimes you have to lean on them, particularly in situations like this.
From the 27 after the gain of 8, they're going to hand it off to Cy Austin. Wants to swing left. He's caught from behind and swung down. And that's pretty good defense right there by a couple of the big defensive linemen for Lakeshore.
That's a good stop by Lakeshore to make it 3rd and about 2 right here. This is a big down.
Isaiah Kuntz was one of the tacklers on that play. Had some help.
Yes. Maybe 4 down territory right here if you're Franklinton right here. Let's see what's going to happen.
They line him up in a I formation. And right up the middle, Cy Austin into the end zone. Touchdown. And you think he's just going to get 2 in the first down? Cy Austin with the score.
From a coaching standpoint, what's really hurting Lakeshore is every time that Franklinton gets in an unbalanced front, look like Lakeshore is not adjusting to it right here. And all they're running here is the inside lead. He almost went untouched. Austin almost went untouched for the touchdown.
27-yard touchdown by Cy Austin. Here comes the point after. Each team has had one block. Not this time. It goes through for Gabe Ezel, and it's a 27-20 one-touchdown lead for Franklinton over Lakeshore as they take the opening drive of the second half all the way for the score. 60 yards for the score.
We talked about what Franklinton's idea would be. Coach Salt came out the second half, leaned on his senior offensive line and his senior running back right here. We were able to get in a couple of unbalanced looks right there that Lakeshore never adjusted to it and was able to capitalize and go down the field and score the touchdown. Now let's see how Lakeshore is going to respond.
So I'm going to go back to you. The question I asked you, Willie Brooks, about Franklinton at halftime. At halftime, what adjustments offensively do you think Coach Brent Indest would have made?
Coach Indest probably looked at it. He had a balanced attack, to be honest with you, first half. I thought he would be more run-oriented, but he was able to hit Franklinton on some quick intermediate routes. He actually was setting up something real special right before the half, the field goal before the big turnover. So he has a balanced attack right now, so his playbook is probably wide open.
Ezel to boot it, and he will just squib kick it. And it comes down to the short man coming near side, and a short return. Nothing special right there by the Titans, and that is returned by Ethan Galliano, the junior. So good field position on these short kicks by both teams, and for the most part, both of these offenses have made the most out of it if they haven't made a mistake.
Yes, and I think Coach Indest is thinking number 2.
Yeah. Here's our halftime adjustment. What worked in the first half? Number 2, Guggenheimer. What are we going to do in the second half? Number 2, Guggenheimer.
Let's make it no secret. This junior right here, he's lined up right now in the slot, number 2 receiver.
All right, from their 36-yard line. First down, Lakeshore. And
just a quick dive inside.
Yeah,
it's hard running.
It is.
Yeah.
And look, sometimes the holes open up, and other times like that, Cato Pichon just has to fight for everything he can get.
Yes, that was an excellent run by him. It makes it 2nd and 5. It's a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, no, not bad at all. It's a little bit longer, maybe about 5.5. But this is the first possession for the Titans here in this third quarter, their first possession of the second half. Good fake, and they do so many good things in the backfield. You've got to be alert defensively. Otherwise, you can get burned real quick on who's got that ball. Cato Pichon again is the runner.
In particular with that wing T formation right here. So he's actually lined up as a wing. And what we call a wing back reverse off the counter. So it gives an illusion of play going one way and then come back and hit you the back way. So it has to be disciplined from Franklinton defense up front to stop that.
All right, at the 45-yard line, big third down because it's 3rd and 1. You got to get the 1. Now, Franklinton stacks the defense up in case they're coming. It's a quarterback sneak. It's a push. It's a push. Wow, this is going to be close. Don't know. The officials look like they're at the 46, but is it enough?
Yep. It depends on that right foot or that left foot mark.
Well, yeah, it does. And look, the first down marker looks like it's at about the 46.5, 47-yard line. I don't
give
know.
It to him. They give it to him.
All right, got it.
Wow.
Move the chains. That was a big first down right there.
Yes, it was close on both ends.
Look, keep that play in mind because if this drive goes for a score, that very close quarterbacks, that could be the difference in this drive right there at the 46-yard line.
I actually thought he was a little short, to be honest, which I thought they would measure it.
I wasn't sure. I was thinking like you are. I thought they were going to pull the chains out and measure that, but you can ask for a measurement, correct?
Yes.
And I think I would have asked for one right there. Oh, what a grab up and what a catch. My goodness. That's Giggenheimer. Kyle Giggenheimer. This is the Kyle Giggenheimer highlight reel game.
And I tell you what, the throw was actually high right there. He went up and made a great catch because the throw was just a little bit high and he was able to stand and get it.
Yeah, 13-yard gain. That's about as pretty as it is to the 43-yard line.
43-yard line.
Boy, Giggenheimer is – folks, don't leave your computer screen or your tablet or your television if you've got it up because this is worth watching Kyle Giggenheimer play. And Cy Austin on the other side. You watch Cy Austin, number 7, when Franklinton's got the ball, and the two quarterbacks that make it happen. We really haven't talked about the Lakeshore quarterback enough. Bo Bernard, he's really been steady as she goes.
I think Bernard had a few brothers who played at Lakeshore back in the day. Those guys were excellent football players. I remember him. So he comes from good stock.
Wow. Third quarter action. We're down to just under 7 minutes to play in the third quarter, 6:56. Bernard with the fake, Bernard with the throw. Bernard's got his man on the right side. Not going to get too much out of that, but he does complete the pass, and they keep it run. That was to go. Udrih Grow.
Excellent play right there. He's able to get something out of it on just a quick rollout.
Got three out of what could have been a disaster.
Yeah, it could have been a disaster
right
there. So this is once again, we say it all night, this is another big third down play.
You know, it's been very quiet in this game. I think he's only been targeted one time. The guy coming all the way down to the bottom of your screen, wide to the left, and that's Caleb Berg. Thrown to him, I believe, only one time. He backs off the line here to make sure he is in the right formation. Here we go on 3rd down and 7, and they are going to throw to Berg on this play. It's a jump ball, and it's overthrown.
Yes.
They were going to Caleb Berg on that play.
You called it, yes. I'll tell you what, it was excellent coverage right there by the defensive back, number 15. Did a great job of being in between him and the football.
That's Samaj Jackson. Look at that. Yeah, he got to look at the jump ball, and they both have the right to it. And Samaj Jackson with a good defensive play that time.
It looked like Coach Incest is making a decision to go for it on 4th down.
4th down and 7, and they're going for it. So Lakeshore going for it on 4th and 7 with 6:05 to play third quarter, trailing by a touchdown 27-20. Here comes the big rush. There's the pass, incomplete. It was intended that time for Cato Pichon, cutting across the middle. They couldn't get him, and Lakeshore will turn it over on down.
Wow, that was a big risk right there. You know, could have punted the ball. Maybe, flip the field position right there, let your defense play. Excellent defensive play right there by Coach Salt and his crew to come up with the big stop.
Wow. Yeah. You punt the ball, and if you only get 20 or 30 yards out of the punter, if it's returned at all, you might only be giving up 10 or 15 yards. You've got an offense that's been very explosive. I get it. When you're that explosive, good things can happen. So at the 40-yard line, Franklinton takes over. 1st and 10 with a 27-20 lead and just under 6 minutes, 5:58 to play here in the third quarter. We're in the third quarter, and it's just a run up the middle on 1st down.
Yeah, I tell you what, right now it puts onus on Lakeshore's defense. Coach is banking on his defense to be able to come up with a stop. You definitely don't want to go down by 2 scores in a game like this.
Not at all. My goodness. And again, these we've been well, I can't even get it out. I'm so excited. We've been seeing more passing than we expected to see in this game. I wonder if that's going to change now for Franklinton. Do they want to keep it on the ground and run the clock? They do on this down, and they're going to give it to Cy Austin. Just let him go straight ahead, and he bangs forward for a 1st down.
Yeah, Cy Austin is running with some determination tonight. He is a kid. He's not a big kid in stature-wise, but he runs bigger than he looks. I can say that,
Yeah, he really does. I mean, that was an 11-yard gain, got the 1st down. Now they're at the 49-yard line of Lakeshore, so the defense has to step up and make the play. 5 minutes to play now, just under 5 minutes, third quarter. Franklinton with the 1-touchdown lead, 27-20. And again, just hand it off. I think that's what Salta Formaggio wants to do. Nick says, hey, we've got the lead, we've got the ball, we've got good field position. Let's keep it on the ground, let that clock run.
Yes. And I'm gonna give us a stat right now.
Austin again on the run.
Both teams have not punted the ball one time tonight. I don't remember. You remember that?
You're right. There have been no punts in this game.
No punts. So all these coaches are leaving everything on the field tonight.
All right, big shift to the right side. 2nd down. And this is Cy Austin again. He's got the 1st down. He's got more. Cy Austin, just give it to Cy and let him run. My goodness gracious.
And
Cy can.
And I'm safe to say this. I don't think Franklinton pointing on this drive either.
No.
Yeah.
No matter what happens, they're in 4-down territory now. Possibly field goal territory, but they're in 4-down territory as Cy Austin's just reeling off some big, gigantic yardage here. Inside the 30 at about the 28-yard line.
I think, Coach Saul calls for a timeout right here. I think they're a little confused on what they want to do on offense right now.
And look, good timeout.
Yes.
Because the last thing you want to do is have confusion. You can, on 1st down, you can afford a loss on the play. You can't afford a fumble or a mess up.
Yes, and I think Coach is thinking about the series before that, right before the half. He had a little confusion, snapped the ball, and was able to get a turnover on that. So they're thinking right now, let's slow this down, think about what we want to do and how we want to attack.
Tonight's coverage on Crescent City Sports is brought to you by Mortgage Gumbo, your Gulf South mortgage authority, providing education, options, and personalized local service for your most valuable asset, your home. And as Dwayne Stein says, visit mortgagegumbo.com. Not .com, mortgagegumbo.com. Love it, Dwayne Stein. Love it, baby. That's the way you say it. Who dat?
Yes.
All right, here we go, 1st down. Boy, long count here. Plenty of time on the play clock, 15. And there's Cy Austin with a big hole on the right side. Credit that offensive line. Look at Cy Austin, my goodness.
Yes.
Cy Austin just pushing down inside the 15. And they've got that all the way down to about the 18-yard line. Cy Austin again. Cy Austin crashes in the middle. He's across the 10 and down. My goodness, Cy Austin making it happen. After a gain of 10, he gains about 3 or 4 more, and it's now going to be 2nd down and 5 as Franklinton threatens to go up by 2 touchdowns over Lakeshore.
All they're going is no huddle right here, running the same play inside zone right here, using those 4 singles offensive line. Coach Saul is leaning on those guys to punch this football in. I'll be surprised if they throw a pass in the red zone.
They haven't thrown anything on this drive, right?
Yeah.
This has been all runs, eat the clock, which is now at 3 minutes, 2:59, 2:58, 2:57, third quarter. And Franklinton trying to create a little space. And here's a push on the right side. And a right side push, and Cy Austin finally thrown to the ground, but Cy Austin getting what he needs. Time running off that clock and a lot of space going. That throwdown was by Isaiah Kuntz. He's been on in a lot of tackles, folks. Keep an eye on number 65 defensively. Isaiah making some things happen for the Lakeshore defense.
The thing I look at Lakeshore right now, I see a lot of hands on hips right now, which is not good.
Well, you're constantly going up against that run. There hasn't been a throw on this drive. Won't be one here either. Give to Cy Austin. Cy Austin pushes inside the 5. He's pushing close to the goal line, and he's thrown back. They're going to mark his forward progress at the 1 yard line, so that's another gain of 5.
But more importantly, it's a first down. It's a first and goal. He was able to get the first down.
It actually helped. If you're trying to eat clock, which is now at the 2-minute mark in the third quarter, it helped Franklinton not to score.
Yeah.
Let another 30 seconds or so roll off the clock before you push it. I'm surprised they're snapping the ball right now with that much time left on the clock.
Yeah.
Cy Austin, he's into the end zone. Did he get it? No, they're going to mark him down right at the 1 foot line.
And once again, they're going unbalanced right here. Franklinton's going unbalanced. I'm looking at Lakeshore. They're not adjusting to the unbalance. The tackle was made on the backside right there on Cy Austin. I'm assuming they're going to line up in it again. I know Coach saw it. He's going to line up in unbalance until they adjust to it.
Well, from the 1 foot line, let's see who gets it. Will it be a quarterback sneak? It will be a quarterback sneak by Jacob Crane. He is into the end zone, touchdown. A 1 foot touchdown quarterback sneak by Jacob Crane. And Franklinton has jumped up by 2 touchdowns with 1 minute and 13 seconds to play in the third quarter over Lakeshore. It's a 33-20 game with the point after coming up for the Franklinton Demons.
Yes.
Nothing fancy, just a
Nothing
straight
fancy.
push. The offensive line, Webb, Seal, Wright, Moore, Smith, Bo Webb, Wyatt Seal, Josh Wright, David Moore, Easton Smith. They're getting it done.
Yes, when you have 4 out of 5 seniors up front, and I'm quite sure these guys have played, for years now.
Yeah, Webb, Seal, the seniors are Webb, Seal, Wright, and Smith, and the only non-senior is a junior, and he's a 6'0", 280 junior, David Moore.
And guess what? When you're playing this late in the season, you're considered a senior also.
Yeah.
Yeah, so even though he's a junior at 6 feet, 280, he's played enough football right now. Franklinton is looking at 10-1 record and maybe possibly 11-1, maybe the semifinals if they can hold on.
Well, Franklinton in the driver's seat, and as we said earlier, Lenny Van Gilder is doing a little research on this, but Nick Salter-Formaggio, if he can take the Franklinton Demons to the Superdome, would be one of a very few. There are some others, and we've got to get them for you, but one of a very few that would have taken 3 teams to the Louisiana Superdome. He took East Jefferson, he took Hanville, and he could take Franklinton. He's got that group. But Cy Austin, 30 rushes for 183 yards and 3 touchdowns so far. That last touchdown scored by Jacob Crane on the quarterback sneak. Short kicks. So with 1:06 remaining in the third quarter, Lakeshore has got some work to do.
Yes, I mean, right now this drive right here is crucial for Lakeshore.
They got
to be able to get something going on this drive. You do not want to give the ball back to Franklinton with the momentum right here because this game is going to get out of reach real quick.
Yeah, no passes on that last drive by Franklinton. That's 60. They've had 2 60-yard drives for touchdowns. Both Franklinton drives in the third quarter. They had 2 possessions in the third quarter, and both of them ended up in scores. The one Lakeshore drive, they went for it on 4th down, turned it over on downs, and Lakeshore now has some homework to do. Here's a toss, and it's caught at the 35-yard line, and that's going to be good enough for a first down.
Yes, Franklinton want to be able to move this football right here. Ken, I think it's paramount that they're going to get some type of score out of this drive here. You do not right now have to get some type of momentum going in this second half.
Well, it's good if you can pick them up 10 yards at a time. We're under a minute to play in this quarter.
Oh, look at
Oh,
this.
by himself. Man on the right side. It is caught. That's a big play. Wow, my goodness. Lakeshore sneaks a guy out there, and how does he get so wide open? My goodness.
Wow. The DB just definitely didn't see him. He was lined up to the outside.
That's
the numbers right here.
Spencer Severed.
Yeah, it's a costly mistake. And I know Coach Shaw he's irate over there right now.
That is a little used player. He doesn't have a lot of stats. We had to go to the board, but man, talk about hiding. He was hidden and nobody saw him. Spencer Severed with a big play on that one, and boom, another toss out. This one caught by Caleb Berg. They went to him last time, couldn't get it. This time they go to him on the short pass, and he picks up 9. So Lakeshore moving down the field very quickly. This drive started around their own 25, 26-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like it's going to be end of the quarter, but they're moving the ball right here.
That is the end of the third quarter, and that's the only thing that has been able to stop Lakeshore on this drive is the clock ran out in the third quarter, which sort of breaks their momentum. They were really rolling, but now they get a chance to talk about it. We have played 3 here at Demon Stadium in Franklinton, Louisiana, and the Franklinton Demons lead the Lakeshore Titans by 2 touchdowns, 34-20. But Lakeshore is driving 12 minutes to play. Wow, what an effort by both of these teams. And I want to thank once again Mortgage Gumbo for sponsoring the third quarter. Thank you, Dwayne Stein. Remember, visit mortgagegumbo.com. Not .com. Who dat, baby? .com. Mortgagegumbo.com. In our fourth quarter tonight's coverage on Crescent City Sports fourth quarter is brought to you by Oshner Andrews Sports Medicine Institute. Don't let a sports injury keep you sidelined. Our team offers health care for athletes with same-day appointments. That's so important, same-day appointments available near you. That's even more important. So we are ready to go in the second half. By the way, finishing that up, visit oshner.org/sportsmed to learn more. That's oshner.org/sportsmed to learn more. Our photographer tonight, Pearson's Mortgage, Pearson Morgan's mom works at Oshner. And great group of people. Love them. Thank you, Oshner, for sponsoring Crescent City Sports Prep Football from the 20-yard line. Start of the fourth quarter. First play of the fourth quarter. Oh, Most picked off and dropped.
Oh.
And my goodness, that was Samaj Jackson. He made a big play earlier. We talked about that on a defending a pass and knocking it down that was intended for, at the time, Caleb Berg. And, wow, he just missed on that
Yeah,
one.
he just missed on the INT right there. But also I think Coach Shaw is going to be furious. It's a penalty on the defensive back, the cornerback. And look like something positive is going to happen for Lakeshore out of this penalty.
Well, let's wait and see what this one is. I did not see it.
Yeah.
So let's see what the effect.
It's their ball foul.
Didn't say what it was.
Yeah. No, it's dead ball foul. The defensive back rolled the receiver out of bounds after the play was over.
All right.
So it's a 15-yarder.
Wow, so that's going to move Lakeshore. Lakeshore fighting to get right back in it, and something happens really good on the very first play of the fourth quarter. 11:53 to play in the game, 34-20. Franklinton leading. Lakeshore threatening on a drive they need. They have to make this one happen right here, folks. Lakeshore from right at about the 10-yard line. Give to Pichon, Cato Pichon around the left side. He is close but not there yet. He can make a first down. Yeah, he can make a first down without scoring the touchdown, and he's close. Second down and about 3. Iowa and Franklin Parish are tied now at 28. Just got an update on that score with Coach Brooks checking it. And here's a roll. Nothing. Did he get in?
Yes, touchdown.
Got in, touchdown. My goodness, I missed that. I thought that he slipped and went down. I had my eye on the wrong player. And let's congratulate Lakeshore. That was a good play. The Lakeshore needing to come back. They do so on the first couple of plays of the fourth quarter. And they do it with Udre Gross. So Udre Gross makes the score. Here's your point after, kicked up and good. So though each team has had one extra point blocked in this game, they've converted all the rest, and we're back to just a 7-point game. 11 minutes, 10 seconds to play in the game. We don't have the clock on the scoreboard, Bug. We're going to keep you informed often about the time in this game, but it is now a 1-touchdown lead for Franklinton. Big, big drive and a way to answer for Lakeshore right there.
Just what we expected when the game started right here. Two evenly matched teams right here. The momentum switch on both sides of the field. The momentum definitely is in favor of Lakeshore right now. That was a huge drive to be able to answer those two scores they fell behind.
Yeah, short touchdown run right there by Grow, and that's big. The junior, Udre Grow, and wow. So now you're Franklinton. You know you're going to get a short kick. Your lead has been cut to 7. You've got 11-10 to play in the game. Don't know who your opponent's going to be because at first it was Iowa taking the lead. Then all of a sudden it was Franklin Parish jumping up 22-7. Now they're tied 28-28, says Coach Willie Brooks. Ken Berthelot, Willie Brooks. Chip Merritt is our producer tonight, and Pearson Morgan on the camera. Great job, guys, with some real good video and some great highlights and replays. And whew, I'm getting nervous, Coach.
It's just what we thought. These are two evenly matched quarterfinal teams, and that's what it should be in the playoffs right now. So we're watching two good programs, two well-coached programs, and we thought nothing less than it going down to the wire, which it is right now.
34-27, Franklinton with the lead. And this one kind of dropped, but it's Cy Austin on the return. He dropped it, he picked it up. Wouldn't have made much of a difference. But look, he's got good yardage there.
But right now, I think Lakeshore is thinking of kicking it deep right now because everything comes down to field position right now. And they be able to, one thing, be able to stop them. No one's punt the ball all night.
Yeah, there's not been a punt in this ball game. A few more passes than we've expected. But they're going to start at their own 29-yard line. So let's see how the response goes. Franklinton wants to eat clock, get it down, and give themselves a little breathing room. Who do they give it to? Cy Austin, straight up the middle. And Cy Austin gets enough on first down, but more importantly, they keep it on the ground. So, again, Franklinton on the last drive, no passes. Let's see what happens. First play was a run here.
Make it 2nd and 5.
At the 34.
Franklinton's in no rush to snap.
No, they're going to let – well, I thought they'd let the play clock even move down. They snapped it with 13 seconds on the play clock. And that time, Lakeshore kind of waiting for that one. So they were kind of sniffing that one out pretty good. The stop made by Dayton McGee.
It's 3rd and 5 right here. It's a big down for both teams.
Huge down.
Yes.
3rd down, 5.
Yes.
34-yard line.
Looked like Franklinton kind of figuring out what they want to do.
Christian Young is right to the right side. That's the top of your screen. There goes McGee in motion. Roll to the right. Throw to the right. Got a man. Caught. This one's going to go for big yardage. This is McGee all the way for a touchdown. What a big play by Franklinton. No flags. How about that for the Franklinton Demons? The pass to Connor McGee, and he goes all the way for the score, 64 yards for the touchdown.
Caught Lakeshore in a man coverage right there, got a matchup that they wanted. It's almost a little rail route right here from number 4 at the backfield, McGee. He was able to beat the defender and off to the races. Big play by Franklinton.
Gabe Ezell with the point after. Low liner goes through, and Franklinton back to a 2-touchdown lead, 41-27 over Lakeshore with 9 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the game. 9:40 in the fourth quarter.
Well, we definitely seen the shootout here tonight.
Whew.
You know, I mean,
Wow.
Still a lot of time left in the game. Right under 10 minutes left, 9:40 left. I would say right now, Lakeshore definitely has to answer real quick.
Is this a football game or a basketball game?
Yes, we didn't expect this tonight. Well, then
If
again.
it was, yeah, we did. Yeah. And if it was a
did.
basketball game, this would be slam dunk after slam dunk, right?
Exactly.
Ken Berthelot, Willie
Yes.
Brooks having a good time here with 2 coaches and 2 programs we respect, as we do with most of the coaches and most of the programs all of them really in the state of Louisiana. God, there's good football here. That's why so many colleges from around the nation recruit Louisiana hard.
Yes.
This is where it happens, folks.
Yes.
Ezell to boot it for Franklinton. We've seen some short kicks. By the way, that was a pass.
Yes.
That was a pass. I forgot to even
Yes.
touch on that touchdown. It was an actual throw on a team. They've been running this like, what Wade Kaiser calls that Novocaine. You run it. All of a sudden, kaboom, you catch somebody off guard, and something really good happens.
And it was a pass out of necessity.
Yeah.
It was 3rd and long, and it had no other choice but to pass ball, and they were able to execute it through man coverage, and McGee was able to get loose and make a play.
All right, so 35-yard line. Here we go. Lakeshore's got some work to do, and they don't have much time to do it. 9:33 to play in the game. 9 minutes, 33 seconds. Again, without a clock on the screen, we're going to give you a lot of time down in distance here, and there's an overthrow on first down. So Lakeshore comes out throwing 2. Second down, 10 from the 35 of the Titans.
Yeah, it's almost a pump and go play right there, and Franklinton did a great job playing against it. They don't have to get it all back in one play.
Right, that's the big thing.
Yeah.
And remember, folks, don't forget tomorrow on Crescent City Sports, join us for wall-to-wall action from the Big Easy Classic women's basketball tournament at the Hilario Center. 5 games of Division I action beginning at 11 a.m., and it's exclusively on CrescentCitySports.com. Jude Young, Lenny Van Gilder bringing you a lot of action. There's some other guys calling some games, too. You're going to really enjoy it. Second down and 10 from the 35. A little toss over the middle. A big grab. Is that Giggenheimer? It is. It's Giggenheimer, and he's spun down after making a huge catch. I believe it's Giggenheimer. Let me check to make sure. It is.
I think it is, yes.
Yeah, it's Giggenheimer. Sometimes you got to count on your big player at a big time, and they just did. A 16-yard gain by Giggenheimer, this time from the 49. They go the other way. It is complete, and a big catch made as they keep it going right there, and that for Franklinton. Well,
what number?
got a number 17, but I don't have a 17 on the roster. Look at this, right up the middle. My goodness. How about this answer right there? How about that answer? Cato Pichon, my goodness.
Called him again right there, Ken, on the wingback reverse. We called it right there. It was a wingback number 4 right here. Cuts up field.
Wow.
It was able to outrun the defenders right there. Excellent way to answer back by Lakeshore.
My goodness. And a 42-yard run by Cato Pichon. My goodness. But I think what made that play work was the handoff in the backfield, that reverse.
Yeah.
That's what really made it work right there.
Well, Franklinton was having a hard time all night to try to defend that play. We call, like I say, wing back reverse, wing back counter right there. When you get a defense that's so aggressive like Franklinton, they get upfield, it's hard to defend that because it's a misdirection play.
Yeah.
And he was able to take advantage and score.
And
way to answer about Lakeshore.
Yeah, and look, the play, by the way, with 8 minutes and 40 seconds to play, that makes the score 41-34. So, again, it's catch-up by Lakeside, but somewhere the Lakeshore, they've got to get a stop on Franklinton. They've got to get the stop. That's so very important.
Yeah. Well, they're getting close. They're getting them in third and long. They just got to get up the field on third down.
So, and by the way, that number 17 was Caleb Berg before, and I missed that one. So my apologies to Caleb. Here we go. Ball down, little squibber, all over the place, and it's picked up. Kind of a long onside kick. You're kind of squibbing that one, as it was a little bit harder. I think they were hoping for the bounce off of a player, something loose, something they could jump on.
Well, so far as everything that we thought it would be tonight, right now, it's just a well coach, and these kids are playing hard. They're leaving it all out there on the field.
Well, and here's the thing too: you try that kind of kick, and that's good. That short squibber, long onside, whatever you want to call it. But you give Franklinton great field position. Franklin starts at their own 45-yard line, and that is huge for Franklinton right here. So starting at their own 45, what are they going to do? Give it to Cy Austin. You got to run clock, and they're going to run clock with Cy Austin running that football. So it's Austin, and he is at the 49-yard line.
Makes it 2nd and 5.
8 minutes, 17 seconds, clock ticking, 2nd down. About 6 to go from the 49-yard line of Franklinton. Do they stick with Cy Austin, or do they put it in the hands of Pichon? No, they're going to stick with Cy Austin. He's across the 50, fights down to the 40. They're going to mark it right at midfield, right at the 50-yard line. That clock is of the essence because Franklinton wants to chew it up as they lead by a touchdown.
Once again, Ken, we're back in the third in about maybe 5.
Yes, 7:37, 7:36, 7:35 on the clock.
Big down again.
3rd down 5, right at midfield. Big play. He wants to throw. No fake to Austin. He's going long down the left sideline and overthrows the intended receiver, Cato Pichon, who was well covered that time.
Let's see if we see our first punt tonight in the ball game.
Whoa, could we see?
Yeah,
I think we will.
Yeah.
Who put this play into football? My goodness. Is this something they're bringing back from 1890?
You're right.
It's a punt. The first punt of the game coming with 7 minutes and 19 seconds on the clock. 4th quarter. Franklinton will punt it away. By the way, that was Guggenheimer covering. It's a fake punt. It's a fake punt, and they won't make the first. He's going to be short. They snapped it instead to Bo Bernard, who is your normal quarterback, and Bo Bernard. A late flag is thrown. My goodness, a late flag, and Franklinton is pointing toward Lakeshore. My goodness, if so, this would make a turnover on downs. This would negate a turnover on downs and have Franklinton keep the ball if it is what the Franklin players just pointed out. Let's see. Let's not guess it. Officials are from the Lafayette Association. Dead ball.
It's dead ball, yeah, but it's still a ball, yes. Still a turnover, yes.
Still a turnover on downs.
Yes. Wow. Are you surprised, Kent?
Whew, yeah.
We got close to a punt. It was just a fake punt.
Close to a punt. We saw the Hey, great call. I like that because you haven't punted. You think, okay, they've got to punt now because it's so late. We have 7 minutes and little over 7 right now, 7:14 on the clock, about 7:30 when that started on the clock. You think they're going to punt, cut on their defense, flip the field, and they don't. They snap it to Bobinard, and wow. He tries. He gets close. He misses it by about 1.5 yards. And now the turnover on downs. Here's the dead ball foul. The penalty, instead of being at the 49 or 47, is going to mark it back to the 32-yard line of Lakeshore. So Lakeshore takes over at their own 32-yard line. 7:13 to go. A roll to the left, a throw to the left, and it is caught on the left side. So complete pass.
Let's see what it is. There should be a first down. Is it Guggenheim?
It was not. And I just had a little trouble making out the number, even on the monitor on that one. So I don't want to call a wrong name. I believe it might have been Michael Ladner, but I'm not sure. That was Caleb Berg. Caleb Berg being used in this game. And look, he's got some great hands. And we're seeing him use those hands and make some great plays right now for Lakeshore. So Lakeshore will run it right there. That is Grow again. Udry Grow. Clock is of the essence. 6:45, 6:44, 6:43 and ticking. Second down. 6. At the 47-yard line of Lakeshore. Fake to Grow. A keeper by the quarterback, Bo Bernard. Goes forward for a few. It's going to be third down, and now a big third. Here we go with one of those third down biggies again. 6:15, 6:14, 6:13. We're in the fourth quarter. It's a one-touchdown game. Boy, for a while it looked like Franklinton was going to extend it. They got up 2 touchdowns, but suddenly Lakeshore came back. They responded, cut it down to 1. It's a one-score game. Lakeshore's got to keep this drive going because of time on the clock. Roll to the right. Bernard on the throw. He's got him. Man, it's caught. Does he get? Wow, what a catch by Guggenheimer. You go, look. You put the ball in the hands of your best player. Coaches told us that. They said you gotta make a play. You got to go to the players who can make it. That's our best guy. Guggenheimer's our best guy.
I told you, best player. You're always looking for Guggenheimer. He's been the best football player that they've had. Why go anywhere else?
Well, that's down to the 32-yard line. So for Guggenheimer, that was about a gain of 20.
Oh, it's a good throw by Bo Bernard right there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Bo Bernard had to thread the needle on that one, and well said, Coach. He really did. Give the Pichon, slips as he makes the cut, but falls forward for positive yardage. 5:10, 5:09, 5:08, Lakeside driving. A touchdown would tie it up with the extra point, of course, which is not a given in this game. We've had one block for each team.
We've had a game of momentum all night. The momentum is right back on Lakeshore side right now, as you can see.
So from the 31-yard line, second down, a little bit less than 9. Empty backfield, Bo Bernard, but he's got his man in motion. He'll fake it to Pichon. He'll make the quick throw left side, and he's got Grow on the left side. Stays in bounds, though. Clock is running. It would have helped him had he been able to get out of it. Now flags are thrown. My goodness.
It has to be a dead ball.
Wow.
Cooler heads got to prevail in a game like this. I think both coaches are going to be preaching that to their team.
Especially when you're trying to drive down. The clock is stopped, 4 minutes and 30 seconds exactly. 4.5 minutes to play. As you can tell on the scoreboard, Franklinton leading Lakeshore, 41-34. Lakeshore driving. Who is going to earn the right to meet the winner of Iowa or Franklin? Franklin Parish. They were tied last time we looked at 28. We're checking now, folks. While they sort this out,
Iowa up.
Iowa is up 35-28, so they have retaken the lead. They started with the lead. Franklin Parish came back, took a big lead at 22-7 near halftime, and then the rally, and Iowa is now in the lead. So they mark off the penalty yardage. Yeah, you're right about cooler heads having to prevail here. Very, very important.
Yeah. See, Coach Salter's talking to the officials right now.
He's not liking the call, which would you expect, but maybe he's getting an explanation.
Yeah. I think the Franklinton guys on the sideline, maybe a little extracurricular activity after the play, a little frustration because Lakeshore is moving the football.
Yeah, it's going to move that ball to the 12-yard line. So they're all set with the ball at the 12-yard line. 1st and 10. Lakeshore with it. 4:17 to go in the game. Give to Pichon. Pichon with a bounce off the tackler, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Cato Pichon.
Pichon, excellent run by this, but let me give you a coaching tidbit about it. Guggenheimer was lined up as a slot receiver over there. Franklinton took 3 of the defenders and walked them out on Guggenheim, which gave them a soft box, and they were able to run the football to the backside right there. That's how much attention a great player can do for a team.
Great pickup, Coach. Wow. You're right. You can – look, Guggenheimer not in the play, yet he's responsible for the hole that Pichon could go through on the left side. There it is.
Yes. Because he has 3 defenders on the backside covering him.
My goodness. And Pichon can take it 12 yards in for the score. And we are a point after away from Lakeshore tying this game up at 41. Is this a shootout or what? My goodness.
And I'm surprised it's a timeout right here. If you coach Andes, what are you thinking right here?
Oh, you're thinking 2 with 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go. But here's the problem. If you don't get it, Franklinton, look, they're moving the football.
Yeah.
They could eat this 4 minutes and 10 seconds up like it's, a fried turkey on the dinner table. You know what I mean?
We're about to see what he's thinking right here.
Oh, I think you've got to tie this one up. Is he going to go for 2? Yes. Oh, my goodness. He is going to go for 2 with 4 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the game. He's going to put it all on the line right here.
And I tell you, Ken,
he does not have his kicker.
Yeah, as a coach, maybe he has a 2-point play that he loves. He's held it in his pocket.
Let's see if he's going to use it here. My goodness, there's Bernard under center. Oh my goodness, and Franklinton was waiting for it. Wow, what a play by defender number 6, Elijah Hart. That might be the play of the game right there. If Franklinton can kill these final 4 minutes and 10 seconds, watch Hart.
Yeah. The play never even materialized right there. I don't know if it was going to be another handoff or a pass out of it,
Wow.
Yeah, he was very confident in calling this, and he called the timeout afterwards. So that's a huge play by Franklinton, maybe the play of the game.
That might be the play of the game right there. And credit Elijah Hart, 5'9", 215 pounds, a senior. That might be the play that sends Franklinton to the next round against the winner of Iowa and Franklin Parish. Wow. Yeah, that's my word, too. We both said that one together. Listen, it's a gamble.
Yeah.
And if it works, everybody's going, wow, that is great. And if it doesn't, you're scratching your head going, oh, my God, what do we do?
Yeah. And I think everybody's scratching their head now, oh, what do we do? You're right. You're right about that.
All right, so now do you try the onside kick here, Coach? If you do and you don't get it.
You're giving up field position.
But I like that long onside or short squib that you're hoping is going to bounce off somebody. Keep it on the ground, squib it. Somebody tries to pick it up. Your guys, you got your speed guys in there. Go get it. If it bounces off their hands, you've got a shot. And look, everybody up. One deep guy. Everybody's expecting the onside or the short squib or the long squib, pardon me.
And it looked like towards their bench they're going to do the onside kick.
Yeah, they are. So here it goes. It's a little big high bounce, caught and protected well for Franklinton. That's a big play right there for Franklinton, and a nice way to jump on that ball for the Franklinton Demons right there. The guy who makes it, Chaikin McLean.
Yes.
The 6-foot sophomore wide receiver. I think he had some butterflies. That ball coming to him as a sophomore, and he's got to jump on that knowing what's at stake.
Yes.
Yeah.
It definitely is.
And look at the field position right here now.
Yeah.
So now you've got it at the 48-yard line, your own 48-yard line, and you've got to burn 4:08 off the clock. 4:08 off the clock is what you've got to burn if you're Franklinton, right here.
I think you're going to get a steady diet of Cy Austin. I know I would.
Yeah, that's going to be number 7, folks. He's standing right behind the fullback blocking back. There's Cy Austin, right side. He's got to stay in bounds. Knew it and cut inside.
Great.
He was running toward that sideline. Knew it, cut back inside, stayed in bounds, and the clock just went under 4 minutes. 3:55, 3:54, and ticking.
And it's great football IQ by Cy right there, not going out of bounds.
Gain of 7 to the 45-yard line of Lakeshore. Now watch Franklinton milk the clock. No hurry. You see the quarterback. He's just taking a little Sunday walk out to the huddle. Jacob Crane. He's looking at the play clock, which is down to 15. Now they're going to run up quickly to the line. Let's see if they snap it or they're going to wait it out a little bit. No, they're going to do a quick snap. They're going to hand off to Cy Austin. Big hole up the middle. He has the first down, and that is going to give him just a little bit more down to the 35-yard line of Lakeshore, and that is a gain of a bunch.
Yes, and as you can see, the quarterback is coming to the sideline, talking to the offensive coordinator, getting the play to make sure that there's no confusion in the huddle on what they want to do.
Yep. So he moved the chain with a gain of 10 there. 3:05, 3:04, 3:03, 15 on the play clock. I am surprised Franklinton is snapping as quickly as they do. Last time, the quarterback, Jacob Crane, will step back a little bit. Now with 5 on the play clock, he will snap it. And taking his time, picking his hole, and just a little frustrated with himself, more than frustrated, slamming the ball to the ground a couple of times. That's Cy Austin.
Yes.
He wanted to keep running, not so much for anything else than to keep the clock running. 2 minutes and 30 seconds, 2:29, 2:28 to play.
Yes. It was a great effort right there by the offensive line right there. I don't know, this may sound crazy, but, yeah, those guys are playing physical up front right there. Let's just see how it ends.
Here's the give. Oh, a keeper this time. Crane moving it around the right side. Did he keep the clock running? He does. 2:02, 2:01, 2 minutes. Wouldn't you like to see the 2-minute timeout come to high school football?
Yes,
give them one extra timeout. They finally put it into college football, and thank goodness they did. Hopefully it'll come down to high school football, too, where you get that 2-minute timeout, gives the coaches a chance to regroup their team without it costing them a timeout.
From Coach Anderson, I don't think we can stop them. It might not be a bad thing if they score.
Well, you know what? Yeah, if you can let them score quickly, if that's the case, or try to strip the ball, but there's going to be emphasis on ball protection, nothing fancy, but when you're getting in there, you can reach in a little bit and try to make things happen, and that's just some runs up the middle, and now they're going to call timeout.
Yeah. On the two-point conversion, I would have loved to see that play materialize and see what they were trying to do. It was a great defensive play by the defensive lineman from Franklinton.
I'll tell you what, Elisha Hart was having none of that.
Yeah,
Elisha Hart was, hello.
Yeah.
I'm here for turkey dinner, and the turkey dinner's that football you're carrying in your hand, so we're going down.
Yeah, you're right about it. The play looked like it was doing
Thanksgiving.
from the beginning with Elijah in the backfield right there. So he never even let the play materialize right there.
All right, we got the clock up there. You can see it, 1 minute 26, so you'll be able to see that the rest of the way. 1:26 to play, and just coming down to get one timeout left for Lakeshore. 2 if needed for Franklinton. And Franklinton's trying to hold on. Boy, what a season this is for Nick Salter from Maggio. Wherever he goes, he turns programs around. He eventually brings them to the Dome. As we told you earlier in this broadcast, he could be one of a very few handful of coaches to take a third team to the Louisiana Superdome. He did it at East Jefferson, won a state championship with them. He took Hanville there, and he's got a chance to take this Franklinton team. They are that good. Nothing fancy. They're just going to push forward, keep the ball in everybody's hands, get a lot of protection. Yeah, you want Jacob Crane just there with it, or did he hand it? He handed it off to Austin on that.
Yeah.
No, he kept it as a keeper.
Yeah, just keep it.
As a keeper.
Keep.
Yep.
I'll tell you
So
what,
timeout again.
81 points.
By the way, that's the last timeout for Lakeshore.
Yeah. 81 points on the board tonight. You know, we expected a shootout, but I don't know if we expected 81-point shootout tonight.
Well, without question. And just a special, because we had the yardage for a few minutes ago on Cy Austin, who was just having a great night. He and Guggenheimer are the respective players of the game for each school. I mean, Guggenheimer made some fabulous plays tonight, but I'll tell you who also came up real big was for Lakeshore, Caleb Berg. So 219, 215 yards rushing.
Yeah.
Wow, for Cy Austin. And nothing fancy, just trugging up the middle, you know. And again, here's Cy Austin. Maybe gets one more right there. And again, no timeouts remaining for Lakeshore, so Franklinton can now just let this run out. They got to snap it maybe one more time. They've got 30 seconds from right now on the play clock. That's going to get it down to about the 30-second mark, and if they run around a little bit and get a pileup, they should not have to snap it again after the next snap. So clock running down, and it's down to 51, 50, 49, 48. 11 on the play clock. Franklinton not in any hurry. They're going to probably, let's see, they might just let it run out and take the 5-yard penalty here. They let the play clock run out. They will come over to the side. Did they call timeout right before? I'm not sure, but I think they called timeout. Let's check that. And that'll leave 31.7 seconds to play. 31.7. Wow. So now they can take a knee, I would think, at this point, Coach. And that would be it. Let's see, do we have an update on the opponent and who Franklinton holding on for a 41-40 victory unless something miraculous happens here. Fourth quarter, Franklin Parish trailing. Iowa leading Franklin Parish in the fourth quarter by a touchdown, 35-28. So Iowa with the lead. And this is, wow, this is about as huge as it can get right here. Very, very special.
Going to get third down at the Demons.
And the players, all the Franklinton Demon players are in front of the stands and jumping up and down and begging the crowd and enticing the crowd. So here we go. There's the snap, the step back. Jacob Crane takes a knee, and that's going to be it. The final 25 seconds are going to roll off this clock. And on a failed two-point conversion to try for the win on the last Lakeshore possession that didn't work, it allowed Franklinton to keep a 41-40 lead. And the final and here is going to be Franklinton defeating Lakeshore 41-40. And now we have a final. Iowa defeated Franklin Parish 42-28. 42-28, Iowa over Franklin Parish. So it's going to be Iowa and Franklinton meeting next week. How is that? Wow.
Well, fantastic. I want to congratulate both teams tonight.
And by the way, Franklinton's the #1 seed, so they're staying here. Iowa is coming here to play Franklinton next week. What a ball game. Coach, talk about this one for a minute.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, both teams have nothing to be ashamed of. Coach Endes win for the win. This team played very well tonight. 81 points put on the board in a quarterfinal game. I'll tell you what, he has something to build off over at Lakeshore. He has nothing. The community needs to be proud of that program that he's building over there. On the other side, Coach Salt is doing what Coach Salt does. He moves around. He's able to come here, Franklinton, and have them on the verge of going to the state championship again. I want to, hats off to him. I know the tireless effort work that he does, not only with the kids, but he is a true gentleman in this sport, man, and it couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Man, without question. And here's the great thing about this game. This series between these two has been so competitive. The first game earlier this year, Cy Austin, with 22 seconds left, scores the winning touchdown, and Franklinton comes out on top, and then they turn it around here, and with Franklinton in the lead, Franklinton in the lead, it's Lakeshore that scores. They're an extra point away. If they kick the extra point, think of this, we're going to overtime, maybe, unless Franklinton comes down and scores, but they go for 2 to try to win it right off the bat. Why? They've had a lot of injuries. So you try to give it to your best player, win it right there. Allow your defense to come through and win it. But instead, man, the play of the game was Franklinton defender Elijah Hart, who busted through the line, stopped the 2-point conversion, made the tackle for loss in the backfield that secured the 1-point lead for Franklinton at that point, 41-40. Franklinton goes down the field. Lakeshore cannot take the ball away from them. They can't get the stop. They run out the clock. Franklinton, the winner, 41-40. What a ball game. How special is that? And then again, we find out Iowa defeats Franklin Parish 42-28. Next week, this is what it means right here, folks. Iowa coming to play the #1 seed, the Franklinton Demons, with Coach Nick Saltafamaggio. If he wins that game, he is one of a very few handful of coaches. Maybe not. Maybe you can count them on one hand that would take a third team to the Louisiana Superdome in the semis. How? By winning the semis, but he's got to get there first. He's got to get through a good Iowa team who defeated a higher seed tonight.
Well, and I tell you what, his kids showed a lot of character tonight. They came out.
Yes.
And, these are both North Shore teams right here. If there wasn't a rivalry before this year, I would like to say now both communities may consider themselves as a rivalry.
Yeah, I think we can call this a rivalry.
Yes, this is definitely developing. You got two coaches, early on in their tenures at these schools, so this is going to be a rivalry for a while to come. No one should have their head down on either side right now. Both kids left it out there. Both teams left it out there tonight. Like I said, unfortunately, there's no winners and losers, but Coach Salt, guys came up with the play when they needed to come up with it, and then next week they rewarded with a good Iowa team coming here to Franklinton, 48 minutes away from the Superdome.
Iowa beats Franklin Parish 42-28, and that was an exciting one too. But tonight, a super exciting game here as Coach Nick Saltafamaggio's Franklinton Demons defeat the Lakeshore Titans by 1, an extra point, 41-40. That's going to wrap it, Coach. Your final thoughts on this one? Any final comments you want to say? We want to thank Willie Brooks for filling in with us tonight. This has been so much fun working with one of my heroes in the coaching profession. It really has.
Thank you very much. Ken, it was great working with you tonight. More, we saw a really good football game here tonight. It lived up to everything that we talked about before the game. Halftime it was 20-0-0, and at the end of the ball game it was 41-40. So it lived up to everything. If anybody, everybody was watching out there, it was just exciting from our view as it was from yours tonight. So you got to see two good, well-coached teams play, and hats off to Coach Nick Saltafamaggio and the Franklinton Demons tonight.
Want to thank you for joining us this evening. We will have semifinal playoff football for you next Friday night. Be sure to visit CrescentCitySports.com for our social media platforms for the latest info. And don't forget, tomorrow, all day on Crescent City Sports, join us for wall-to-wall action from the Big Easy Classic Women's Basketball Tournament at the Ilario Center. 5 games of Division I action beginning at 11 a.m. Jude Young, Lenny Van Gilder, and a few others on the calls of those ball games. It's exclusively on Crescent City Sports. So for our entire crew tonight, and we've got a good one. My goodness, it was so much fun doing this. Chip Merritt, thank you for a great job on production. Pearson Morgan on the camera. Thank you so much for Coach Willie Brooks. Love working with this guy. I'm Ken Berthelot. The final score from Franklinton, Louisiana is the Franklinton Demons 41 and the Lakeshore Titans 40. From Franklinton, Louisiana, this is Ken Berthelot. Thanks for being with us, folks. Good evening, everybody.